Barak Yahweh. Barak Yahushua. Barak Yahweh. Barak Yahushua.
We're going to give all glory and praise unto YakalBA4GreatMillStone, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word, truth to the city, truth and sincerity. Okay? We back out here with another Saturday to prophesy the downfall of this wicked ass society, man. And right now, you see what's going on downtown Los Angeles with this whole ICE situation. They got all these raids going on across Los Angeles
and Minneapolis too.
And Minneapolis, you know, but out here there's a major population of the tribe of Issachar, man. And Zebulon that's being affected by these raids, man. And see that, and the thing is, the Lord is doing that, man. Because you so-called Latinos, especially here on the West Coast, you have an arc with your brother, the so-called Negroes, man. Okay, and you basically getting your nigga wake-up call, man. Because we're all being oppressed here together.
Yep.
Okay,
right.
So wherever your issue is, the Lord is humbling your ass, man. Letting you know, like, look, motherfucker, you not above these curses too. You know?
Just because you're light skinned and Spanish.
Yep.
Part of the tribes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, part of the nation of Israel.
Yep.
And that's
And that's that division, because Esau uses that, you know, they try to make it seem like they got different culture than we got a different culture. But really, we're the same people, man. Okay? And it's spiritual because when you go to the ghettos, or where the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom dwell, we eat each other's food. Okay? They take on our customs, we take on some of their customs, man. Because we the same people, man. Okay?
We're cousins, man.
Right. You know, and the Lord is just doing this to remind you, you so-called Latinos out there, man, that you're not above these reproaches, man. Okay? Because don't forget, this damn devil, he stole your land from you, man.
Yep.
And he's calling you an illegal immigrant in your own land, man.
Yep.
Right. Okay?
California was...
Yep.
Sorry,
go ahead.
California once upon a time belonged to the so-called Mexicans.
Yep.
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
He so started to take over the United States and slowly but surely made it to the west and pushed them out of their land.
Yep.
And palm trees and all that. And he pushed them all the way down.
Right.
Central America.
Yep. Yep.
People don't know the history.
Right.
And even when you start to get left back into America to pull up neighborhoods, certain neighborhoods got destroyed by the LA call it Staples Center.
Yeah. Yep.
That area.
Dodger Stadium. Or the LA. I know you brought
LAX. Yeah.
Yeah, that was once a Mexican neighborhood.
Yeah.
Got destroyed and put up stadiums over there. Right?
Yep.
Different places like that.
Yep. That's the I believe that's the Glendale area.
Yeah.
Yep.
all throughout LA, like trying to revive. The Dodger Stadium sitting on the top of the hill, all the it's far neighborhood right there. They bulldozed the shit out of that, kicked out the land and everything.
Yep.
And then we housing people. They just, hey, you gotta find your own way.
Yep.
This ain't nothing new.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, like the bro was saying, you got a tribe with the so-called black men, because that's from the prison system.
Yep.
Institutionalized.
Yep.
Gangs and all that stuff. They got the gangs in the police force.
Yep.
Gangs in different neighborhoods.
Yep.
So where the fuck y'all at now?
That's right.
Yeah.
Bro. That's right.
Man, you guys we used to teach downtown LA. These guys roll up and try to fight us.
Yep. Yeah. If you the authority, that's safe.
Try to roll up on brothers, try to dude came up last couple of summers ago, pulled a gun out, try to take me out. Motherfucker came up a couple of summers ago over there trying to fight us.
Yep.
Talking about the Mexican mafia and all that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, that hate was very deep between Judah and you guys. You guys were killing each other.
Yeah.
You guys outnumbered Judah, so of course you're kicking their ass, man.
Yeah.
That's how your asses get kicked.
That's right.
Stick shove up your ass, man, to remind you where the fuck you at. Who truly is your oppressor.
That's right, bro.
See?
That's right.
More to come.
That's right. That comes from that trusting in the shadow of Egypt, man. You know, because Jake, that's what they think. They have to assimilate, you know, to make something of themselves here. So even if it means that they're stabbing their own people in the back, they gonna do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they develop that mindset, that capitalism that they push here in this society. They take hold on that mind frame. They subscribe to that shit, man. You know, and that's why they do the shit that they do, the evil things that they do. You
gangland.
Yeah.
Brothers went to high school, their own brothers got stories, man.
Yeah.
Different neighborhoods growing up around you motherfuckers.
Yeah, bro.
Just taking taking you out, going to school,
Yeah.
all kinds of shit you guys are doing. That's what you were in the same shit, you know?
Yep.
But
Yep.
you guys outnumber us, man.
Yep.
And the both sides set up these different gang and junctions to clean up the streets.
Yep.
You know, East LA, all that. Brothers got me over there, man.
Yep. Yep.
The people of a Negroid tribe, they're trying to kill you.
Yep.
Same people.
That's right, bro.
The Lord is, hey, man, the hypocritical nation, you getting dealt with. Now.
That's right.
You're getting dealt with now, man.
Right,
That's right. That's right.
Hell yeah.
So,
Hell
That's
yeah.
right. Go with that, bro.
Yep, the subtitle for Isaiah 30, it says Judah warned against Egyptian alliance. Verse 1, woe to the rebellious children.
go to verse, what's Isaiah, what, 10?
30.
Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. Oh, yeah, my bad.
Talking about verse 6.
Yeah,
Isaiah 30 and 1, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord YakalBA4GreatMillStone, that take counsel, but not of me, and I cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
Right, and that's the downfall of our people, man, not taking counsel of the Lord, man. Taking counsel of another spirit, you know, here in Babylon, man. Because like I said, they subscribe to the so-called white man's philosophy, his way of doing things, his way of thinking, man. You know, that's why if you don't speak a certain way, you don't sound like Esau, they'll look down on you, man. You know?
That's not his name. Yahweh shot. Yahweh shot. No, Yahweh shot, bro. No, it ain't none of that, bro. It's not a game, bro. Yahweh shot. Yahweh shot, bro. You gotta get it right. Yeah, you gotta get it right, brother. Seriously, man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the reason why we out here, man. To exalt the name of YakalBA4GreatMillStone, man. You know, because you got a lot of jakes out here. They know they Israelites, but they ain't got the name out there.
Yep. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover, but a covering, not of my spirit.
Right, that's why Jake is out here bugged out. Okay, that's why these so-called Mexicans was out here. That's why they subscribe to that so-called Mexican culture, which you're not Spanish, man. You were conquered by the Spanish. That's why you speak Spanish. Just like we were conquered by these Edomites that spoke English, and we speak English.
They spoke French as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dutch as well.
Yep.
okay.
We got Jake, dark-skinned Jake, teaching, speaking French.
Yep.
Yep.
We got French Creole, got dark-skinned Jake, speaking Dutch.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's right, bro. And when you don't sound like the oppressor, you know, because they always say, oh, he's very eloquent. You know, because you know, really when they say that, they really saying, oh, you sound just like the so-called white man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which Jake, we always been eloquent, you know, but we still got flavor with it at the same time. Esau got that dork, you know, that fucking saltless ass. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no spirit with him, man. No vibe to him, you know. But Jake always been eloquent. But you know, that's how they think in this society. That's why, you know, they these so-called, especially over here in Cali, these Latina women, you know, they like Jake, but they don't really want to get with Jake because they don't want to face that persecution.
Yeah, that shit is real.
Within their household, man.
Very real. Especially Southern California, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
And you know, we don't be looking for the Latinas like that. They be, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
They be
right,
letting us-
right.
Giving us play like that, man.
right. Yep.
You know, now you get with her, she got a big ass family, you go to these functions, they
Yeah.
staring you down. You
Yep.
might get into fights, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Brothers or cousins and shit.
Yeah,
You
bro.
better know how to fucking box. These dudes out here, they a warrior tribe. They get busy, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
A lot of motherfuckers, they boxing and all kinds of shit, man. They give you that. That's how that shit is, man.
Yep.
Even one time, my ex baby mother, you know, we got to get another car and shit. Trying to see what we can get. And the car salesman was physical, like mean, mother, mean shit. So I had to like break the ice, man. I was like, yeah, man, we started talking about boxing. So who's your favorite boxer? He asked me. I said, Mayweather. So how you like that Mike Donald person? I said, I like Mike Donald. I said, I thought Mike Donald was going to beat Mayweather. Fuck his head up. I said, I like Mike Donald, man. And that's what they do. It's ridiculous out here in the Southern California. I'm the boys fucking you up, man.
That's right.
Bring you back to reality.
right,
You
yeah.
guys listen to those old school music. You like fucking Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, bro.
You know? You're messed up. It's that prison system, that gang culture. Fuck your heads up, man.
That's right. That's right.
Bunch of Serranos and goddamn Mexican mafia, all that bullshit. Fuck your head up, man.
That's right.
And you ain't no fucking good example neither.
Right.
How you treat each other. So how you treat each other, they look at that and they're like, man, how they treat each other. You're not setting a good example. The Lord set up these elect.
That's right.
Set forth that good example, man.
Right.
That's right, bro. That's right.
God damn. Because even in the Southern Kingdom out here, once upon a time, they were just murdering each other.
Yeah.
So it's all fucked up, man.
The whole side.
The whole body sick. The whole head
From
is
the
sick.
head to the fucking tail, man.
Yeah, bro.
But it's just now, you guys got to see what's up.
That's right.
Just set on your leads, man.
That's right.
Just set on your leads.
Yeah. That's right,
Bro,
bro.
it came out here, you prosper, which is prophecy.
Yeah.
According to the tribe of Issachar. You know, hey, it's a wake-up call, man.
That's right. That's right.
Wake-up call.
That's right.
Esau is trying to destroy us all.
Yeah.
Now you gonna figure out what the hell is going on. Like, you forgot. He's one of the sons of Israel, man.
Yeah.
Y'all forgot.
That's right,
Hey,
bro.
you reminded you pain,
That's right.
misery.
That's right. Right.
Even though you got light skin, you got Oscar De La Hoya, which is outstanding boxing, can't take the grip. You're trying just like Esau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do y'all do that?
Yeah.
They hate your ass, man.
Exactly. That's why the brother said y'all must have forgot, man.
Yeah.
We gonna tell you plain and simple, man. We gonna call it spade as spade. Esau, the so-called white man, will not accept you.
Yeah.
Period, man.
Yeah.
You can never be like Esau, none of you, man.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's we gonna through the scriptures we giving you a reminder.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
Like the brother said, it's not no fucking game, man.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. That they may add sin to sin that walk to go down into Egypt.
Right, because you adding sin to sin, being in that spirit, man. Because what you murder, like the brother said, you murder one another. Okay, that's a sin to murder your neighbor, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look how they did all that rapper, Tory Lanez. They sent
yeah.
a Mexican after him. They stir that shit up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they
bro.
They sent a Mexican.
Yep.
And he was very unprofessional. What? He got stabbed like 14 times.
Yeah.
And live.
And lived.
Yeah.
That was hey, you gotta get your money back, bro.
You stab him with a fucking
Like, God damn.
He was all bloody too.
Yeah, bro.
See, stir that up. Why would you do that, man?
Right.
Because because you get locked up in California. That's how the fucking prison systems is, man.
Yeah.
They separate you and all that shit, all that gang shit, the color shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous in America, man.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Yeah.
And brothers that's from out here that grew up, they got testimonies for days.
Yeah.
Guys are riot with each other in school.
Yeah.
New York, I never got no riots with the Puerto Ricans in school in New York, man. God damn.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
Lord, forget about all that shit, man.
Yeah, bro.
What county? Riverside County? Used to be brothers from out here used to live out there. It'd be bad. All right? And when we taught at that park, we went out one weekend, they had like a little function.
Yeah.
Ice cream, there was just ice cream. I don't give a fuck. I'm cousin of Judah. I don't give a fuck. Benjamin is used to being outnumbered. I'm willing back. What's up, man? You know? I don't care, man. I don't want you no fighting me, man. Like, y'all niggas retarded.
Yeah.
So that tension is still there, but it's not as active like it used to be.
Right.
Like we were leaving. Remember we were leaving?
They were the hell out of it.
Yeah, there's the low riders.
Yeah, man. But that tension is still there.
Yeah.
So y'all getting jacked up now.
That's
man.
right.
Right.
Feel sorry for y'all, man.
That's right. That's right, man.
Peace to the elect
That's right.
bro.
of the tribe of Issachar and Zebulon and stuff out here, man.
Yeah. That's right.
Rest y'all, fuck y'all niggas, man.
That's right.
I gotta say, fuck these niggas in the South and say it to y'all, man.
That's right.
Yep.
That's
That's
right.
right, bro.
You know, and that also goes back to the curses, man. That's how we know the people of the Lord, man. That hatred that the tribes have for one another, man.
Yeah.
Because you got the thing with the tribe of Issachar and Zebulon as well. They have a hatred for one another.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
that's where that whole MS-13 and Sereno shit is all about, man. Because that's because I remember one night I was out with a couple of brothers. We was in the valley at night, and this fucking MS-13 dude, Zebulon, approached us, man. You know, because he saw us in the parking lot. We was, you know, getting on the taco truck, was getting some food and shit. And he just walked up, and he was speaking Spanish. So we, brothers that you know, we don't know Spanish like that. We know a couple of words, but we was happened to be with a couple of Zebulonite brothers, and they understood what he was saying. And the brothers translated to us what he was saying. And we got the fuck out of there because he was looking for, you know, Issachar to take out, man. And he seeing brothers, and you know, through the spirit, there was no Issachar brothers here. It was all Zebulon and Judah. You know what I'm saying? And the spirit had to where they got to talk to him, calm them down and shit. We got the hell up out of here. That goes to show you that animosity within the tribes, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't just Issachar and Judah, it's Issachar and Zebulon out here. They used to have major fights and shit like that. You know? But the Lord's gonna wipe all that out. You know what I'm saying? Because and it's beautiful all this is happening around this time because you know, all these jobs is gonna come to naught. And all these jobs out here are occupied by Issachar and Zebulon, man.
Right.
Especially Issachar, man. You know, so when all these jobs start to dwindle, man, that's really when y'all really gonna start catching hell, man. Because you still able to, you know, do me a little, because Issachar got their little side hustles. They don't just work at their regular job.
They're not hustling.
They got side shit.
He is hired, bro.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why this new system, you ain't gonna be able to do that, man. You ain't gonna be able to work underneath the table like that. So the Lord got everything stirred beautifully, man.
That's right.
Because all that shit you've been that hatred you've been pushing towards it, the Lord gonna make you motherfuckers feel that pain.
Hell yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say real quick because we mentioned last week as well about the blue collar and the white collar jobs. So and Issachar is in both of those fields. You know, Issachar, especially that women, they in a lot of those white collar jobs where they're secretaries and stuff like that, working in big buildings and stuff like that. Yeah, and the same things for the blue collar jobs, your electricians and stuff like that. AI, all of that is taking over all of the workplace, man. Yeah. You see? So yeah, that tribe is about to catch a lot of hell out of here, man. Man and women.
Yep.
Okay.
And children.
That's right. That's right, bro. Because that they made me think of during the time of slavery, man. Jake had to try to flee the plantation. Jake was getting hunted down. You know what I'm saying? And that's now they're starting to see that same effect because you've been over here in this particular region over here. You know, you got your little businesses and whatnot. You got your family structure somewhat intact. You know, but now all that is getting ready to come crashing down, man. That little rest, that little complacency y'all been in, the Lord's is shaking that shit up now, man. You know?
Yeah. Remember what the white woman said? I forgot her name from California. Whatever. She's one of Trump's, and it was a commercial. She said, "We're gonna get every last one of you. There's no escape." She said that shit, bro.
See that? So that hatred that Esau had towards the so-called Mexicans, that never left, man. Just like how Esau duped Jake, you know, because, you know, Jake was bought into that shit. That's these American Negroes, they bought into that shit. You know, that's why you got sellouts among all tribes, man.
Everywhere, man.
You know what I'm saying? All 12 tribes, you got sellouts, man. You got lapdogs for the so-called white man.
That's right.
Okay?
Dude.
Isaiah 30 and 2 that walked to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
Oh, man, once upon a time, it was walking.
Yeah.
From goddamn Venezuela and all that. It was all miles.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bro.
They got turned around, man.
Yep.
All types of horrific shit happened to them people, man.
Yep. Walking down to the oppressor.
Yep.
You're not asking the Lord for your help, for strength. You trusting in oppression, man. You know, because you think, you know, which is true. You can have a better living situation here than, you know, certain other places. But you gotta be a wicked individual if you really want to reach a certain level here, man. You gotta be defiled, man. Okay? You gotta do things that's abominable and despicable, man, in order for you to have a so-called name here, man. know, and it's all in vain because the society is getting ready to be destroyed, man. As we see with these other celebrities in recent time, a lot of these individuals are getting exposed, man. Shit ain't what it always seemed to be, man. All that shit that's going on behind the scenes, all that shit is being revealed, man. Okay, and we in the time of the internet, so things aren't as private as they once were, man. You know, everybody can't hide, everybody can't tell those lies and hide them no more, man. There was one time a lot of these things were just rumors, you know, before the internet became popular, you know. Now all these things are coming out to be in fact true, you know, about how, you know, nasty these motherfuckers are, man, you know.
Yep. That's what we a quick point how George Lopez, the comedian, he cheated his own people. He ain't have not one of his own people come up to be a like host or anything to, in that comedian world for the people.
Yeah.
I show you, they got Israel that hate themselves, man. They get the police forces, they chill their own people. They won't just chill on Judah, they'll chill on other Issachars.
Right. Right. You got the gangs and the police department in Los Angeles.
Yeah, all the sheriff's department.
One of their initiations is go kill their own.
Yeah.
They can work that out, man.
Yep.
Just gangs. It's fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
It's better just to stay on the straight cake. It's ridiculous, man.
Fear
It's
the
evil
Lord.
as hell out here.
Yeah, bro. That's right, bro. Because everything in this society is ass backwards, man.
Corrupted, man.
You know.
Then they use the women as mules, drug mules. They get prostituted out.
Yep.
A lot of these fine ass women down there in Tijuana, they're prostitutes.
Yep.
Colombia prostitutes. You know, those gangs running that shit. They think the government don't know about that.
Right.
See?
And they had an article that came out that a lot of these food vendors on the corners are street tappers.
Yeah. I mean, you be having something in our
Yeah, flowers.
Yeah,
and
man.
Yeah,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
Be out there for hours, man.
Yeah. Yep.
See it, especially when you go to LA, we see it, man. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yep.
It's not a game.
Those areas be heavily populated by those gang members, man. And a lot of them be freshly from like Mexico.
Right, they don't know anything.
Or those other Latin countries. You know? They come over here, you know?
Used and abused, tossed to the side.
Yep.
So human trafficking is a big thing out here in Southern California. All the borders, Texas and shit.
Yep.
You know what we're talking about?
Yep. And that's what the Diddy trial, that's what they talking about that trafficking. They saying basically when you fly a woman from different state lines for sexual purposes, they consider that human trafficking.
Yeah.
You know?
He's laid low level on that.
Right.
The ones that's majorly doing it, they're not going to pick them up and charges.
Right.
They tried the whole Epstein shit, but you know, they ain't really going nowhere.
Right.
But that's big money, human trafficking, man.
Right.
That's not only in the States, that's from China,
Right.
fucking the Philippines.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Even that movie, what's the movie that came out? Sound of Freedom?
Right.
That was based in out of Colombia, I think. That was down in Colombia.
Yeah. It's real fucked up, man.
Yeah, bro. That's right. And that's why the Lord got his men out here to remind you people of how wicked this society is, to let you know how wicked this society is, man. You know, and your ignorance is no longer can be used as an excuse now. You know, because you got all these platforms, you got all this information, you got all these tools to seek out this information for yourself, man. You know, and a lot of you are just simply choosing to ignore it, man. You know, but that's all going to be on you. Right?
Isaiah 32 that walked to go down into Egypt, they have not asked at my mouth to straighten themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
That's why Jake is so quick to fucking sell their own people out, man. You know, because they trust in Egypt, they trust in this place. They really believe this is gonna be life for forever, man. This is how we're gonna be living for the rest of our lives, man. You know, waking up, going to these jobs, paying fucking taxes, the cost of living going up every year. You know, you can barely keep up with your fucking bills. Okay, you're in a constant hamster wheel, man. You know, just accumulating debt. You know, know, this place is in America is in fucking debt. Trillions of dollars in fucking debt, man. And this motherfucker want to penalize you if you don't want to pay, if you want to go so-called do your taxes, man. And this motherfucker is trillions of dollars in debt. You know, it's ridiculous, man. You know, it's no justice here, man. So that the Lord's gonna bring the justice, man. We just gotta sit and wait upon the Lord. We can't, you know, take matters into our own hands. And see, you tried. The Lord got you in that trick bag, man. Okay, because ultimately the Lord's only coming back for that small remnant, man. The brother said, "Peace unto the elect, man." The northern and the southern kingdom. That's within the spirit of Yahweh.
Yep, that's right.
Yep, and the truck and the shadow of Egypt.
Yep, the shadow. You know, and the shadow is but for a moment, man. You know, and this place is temporary. You know, that's what we've been telling you the whole time. Hey, you niggas, you FBA niggas, man. Okay, you ain't exempt. Okay, the Lord gonna remind you niggas, you know, especially yourselves, niggas that look down on your own people. He gonna remind you of what you are in this society, man. Okay, especially when all hell breaks loose, man. Okay, because you living in your comfort, you think because you got a nice plush home, you got all these luxury cars. Okay, you might be in a certain affluent neighborhood. And we see what happened when the fires happened out there in LA, in the Palisades area. You had some Jakes that they had mansions out there, and that shit burnt down to the ground. You know, where was all that pride then? Okay, Jake was fucking, you know, you had the actor, what's that dude's name, James Wood, you know, fire and shit. That happened just like this moment, man.
That's right.
You know, and all that shit came to know, all that shit went up in flames. All that shit in vain, man.
That's right.
That's getting ready. That's gonna happen on a massive scale.
Yep.
So to America as a whole, when those missiles hit this bitch, man, gonna burn all this shit up, man. What?
Verse 3, therefore, how the great of Pharaoh be your chain, and the truck and the shadow of Egypt, your confusion.
Right, you're gonna be ashamed. Because when all this shit, once you start seeing this place really collapse, which is already collapsing, but when it really start hitting home, you're gonna be ashamed, man. You're gonna be ashamed of all the shit that you, all them thoughts, some vain ass thoughts you thought all these things you gonna accomplish here, all the shit you had to do to reach the top, all the people you had to fuck over, ruin their lives, okay, corrupt souls in order for you to live comfortably here, you're gonna be ashamed. Okay? You know you're gonna have to pay for all that, man.
That's right.
You know, when the Lord starts judging your ass, all those thoughts are gonna cross your mind, man. And you're gonna remember what the prophet said. Okay, the men that you mocked, okay, that you made fun of, man. You gonna wish that you took heed to these words, man. That's how cold it is. The Lord got you in that spirit. He got you in that mode where you were rejecting these words, man. Because the Lord's only coming back for that small remnant. And we have to tell you these things anyway, man.
I'm going to look at the word chain real quick in the Bible. And it says the imaginary chain is just temporary relief and comfort.
See, temporary relief and comfort. And that's what this place is, you know? And even your living situation, a job ain't permanent. Job, you can get a job, you set, and all of a sudden the company go under, man.
Yeah.
And you gotta look for another fucking job, man. You know?
Got somebody that's a supervisor who's gonna like it.
Right. Nothing certain here, man. Nothing certain here, ain't. Especially for the people on this side, nothing ever been certain for us here, man. That's why Jake has to sell out. You know? Because Jake know if they don't play the game, you know, they gonna have to be in that suffering mode, man. They're gonna be out there because that's what they think in their mind, you know. Jake ain't got that faith, you know. Us, we trust in the Lord, you know. Of course, you know, we cordial, you know. It's gonna say we gotta be wise out here, you know. But we understand where we at, man. But Jake, in the world, they don't have no foundation. They don't have no navigation, you know, which is the word, the truth. So they out here just giving over to all these devices out here, man. You know?
They don't have no culture.
Yep.
So a person has no culture, they have a heritage that they stand on. They can be easy to be right. You know, they become fucking puppet masters.
inadequate and unreliable.
It's inadequate and unreliable.
There you go.
Bro. It's not gonna be profitable until you at the end of the day, man. Because it's gonna end up destroying you. You know, all this shit. Because at the end of the day, you doing the devil's bidding, man. Okay? Because you gotta do things that's against your power, man. Do things that's against your God. Because they know who we are. They know that we the Israelites, these elites. They know that we the people of the Lord. And they know as long as they keep Jake in that sinful state, the Most High is going to be furious with us, man. And this is us being here in this land is a part of the Lord's fury against us because we sinned against him. Okay, but now we're in a time where the Lord is showing grace unto that small remnant. Okay, through this word, through this truth being pushed out, man. Okay, the tribes out there, you know, the so-called Latinos out there in LA that's out in the streets, that's not going to stop your persecution, man. Okay, that's not going to stop Esau from deporting your ass, man. Okay, it's just going to further on the affliction, man. And ultimately, that's the Lord doing that to your ass.
That's right.
Right, bro.
In the hard climate of the Near East, changed by momentary fight, but cannot substitute for lasting security.
Right, because they think, you know, going to these universities, getting these degrees, that's going to, you know, which it does to a degree to better your life, but that's not going to stop all this hell from happening to you, man.
Right. Majority of people are in debt, bro.
Right.
Living in between these Ivy League schools and all that. They're in debt.
Yeah.
Major debt.
That's right.
You know, they have these doctors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They're major debt.
Yeah.
They're thousands of dollars in debt.
Yeah.
So how the fuck they really
Right.
prosper like that? They haven't.
Right.
Unless you're part of one of those fraternities,
Right.
sororities, families.
Right.
Throughout the decades, been able to be used by the system. Those are the ones that's been being taken care of, man.
Yep.
Average Israelite that's trying to work hard, man. You know, it's not really work out too often.
Yeah, bro.
Get caught up.
Right.
Something happens, they get frustrated, they get mad. There's a lot going on in society. If you don't know how the system works,
Right.
you
Yep.
know, if you don't have no type of faith in the Most High,
Right.
you get caught up.
Yep. That's right, bro. That's right. That's what I mentioned, those sellouts, man. You know, because they realize the predicament that we in. And that's why I say, I always been saying, Esau uses that as a weapon to break Jake down, man. They know we as a whole, our people come from the bottom, man. And they know that a lot of Jakes are willing to, you know, sell out, not to live in that state. You know, so that's where you get the, you know, that concept of field nigga and a house nigga, which they still being oppressed. The house nigga is still being oppressed.
You know, it's a glass ceiling.
Right.
They can't go past.
Yep. But they in the house, so they ain't gotta be in the field. That's that whole dynamic, man. You know?
This metaphor highlights the futility of seeking protection from forces other than God.
See, other than the Lord, man. Which this is all the Lord is our strength, man, our source.
Right.
Okay, like I said, the reason why we under our enemy's hand is because of the Lord. The Lord put us in this man's hand of our transgressions, man. Okay, and that's only the one that delivers us out of his hand.
That's right.
Okay? All right, it ain't gonna be through marching, protesting, none of that shit, man. Okay, and you should have known by, you know, watching the Southern Kingdom, all that marching they done done, that shit ain't changed shit.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah,
But
even though when there's people getting rounded up out there in Los Angeles, people, you know, throwing rocks and all that shit, they ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
So they're gonna start opening fire on you people. Man.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's right.
Only a matter of time.
That's right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And once again, that's your nigga wake up call. You know, keep saying that's your nigga wake up call. You know, you've been looking down. Yep. Right.
Yep.
You've been looking down on us and shit now. Now you getting treated like a nigga.
Yep.
Okay? What?
Isaiah 31:1 further warned against relying on Egypt, emphasizing that such alliances will lead to disappointment and failure.
Right. And Issachar, it's a damn shame because Esau be working the fuck out your ass, man, on these jobs, man. You know, have you working on these long ass days, these hours and shit, man. You know, Issachar love that shit, man. You know, because they've been doing that shit so long. They programmed. They got like a clock with the damn body. They know how long the break is. They'll leave break right on time, right? Look at their damn body, man. You know, it's like they've been programmed. That's that corruption. It's hard. You know, it's in their spirit. You know, to do those things. You know, but Esau abuses that, man. You know, have them working. You got motherfuckers working 7 days a week. You know, that's wicked as hell, man.
Three jobs and shit.
Yeah, bro, that shit is wicked as fuck.
The concept of refuge is central to Psalms, where Yahweh is frequently described as a refuge and fortress, Psalm 46:1, contrasting with the false security offered by Egypt.
And that's what we find refuge in this truth, man. This is security. Keeps us from losing it, man. Because this is our refuge, like, because in this world, you know, we go through the struggles our people go through, man. Okay, we go through the same thing. Like, see, we have this truth to comfort us, man. Like I said, we got this navigational tool, man. You know, to where we don't go over the edge, man. Okay, because there's a threshold. You know, the scriptures say, "Be angry, but sin not." Right. Okay, we ain't gonna be out here like Jake tearing shit up, man.
And that's what's gonna happen. Say Exodus 15.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord's gonna bring that.
Yeah, I'll say something real quick because I posted that video of that Jake who was basically crying his eyes out because of all those Issacharites that had to run out of that gymnasium at that school because they heard that ice was outside. So they pretty much had to run away. The parents ran away from their children and shit. So he on the video bawling his eyes out, crying like, "Man, what's going on? What's going on?" And the whole time I'm thinking he doesn't understand the scriptures. He doesn't have comfort in mind. He's not stable. He doesn't truly understand like the things that we understand. This is the time of the Lord's vengeance against our people, man. So we not, like the brother said, we're not going to be out there protesting. We're not going to be out there rioting over the shit that's coming off, the shit that's happening. Shit that's happening out here in Issachar, man. We understand that this is judgment upon them.
That's right.
At that time, man.
And you know, in the same time, when the brother was speaking, while he was crying, those reporters that were inside the studio, you know they were laughing inside, bro. I sensed that shit. They were laughing inside. And like, yo, I said, these motherfuckers just don't get it, man.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's the Lord's judgment.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
They can't say that they haven't been told.
Right.
We all over the media, man.
Right.
Amongst they try to blacklist us on the media, it still gets out there through the Lord's power.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's a wrap, man.
Yeah, that's the Lord mocking them.
Yep.
You know, Lord mocking you Latin tribes right now, man.
Says that he shall send you against a hypocritical nation, man.
Yep.
And y'all motherfuckers are a bunch of hypocrites, man.
Yep, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's not gonna stop here, man. It's only gonna continue to get worse.
Yep,
man.
that's right.
Okay. And as these days come and pass, things are going to get much worse than this, man. Okay, you want to have death out here. Lord's know.
That's right.
My brother is quoted, man. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 5. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 5. Oh, Assyrian, the rod of my anger. So now, if you know some history, the Assyrians are the ones that took down the northern kingdom.
Yep.
Under Shalmaneser and the rest of those Assyrian kings. They took them out their land out of the north, brought them into Babylon. And then after a while, you know, the northern kingdom around 724 BC came over here to what you call the United States of America today. That's how long they've been dwelling here.
All right.
The modern day Assyrians is who? Esau.
Yep.
It says, oh, Assyrian, the rod of my anger.
Yeah. That's right.
Lord is angry, man, with
Yeah.
his people.
Yep.
A bunch of idolaters, man.
Yep.
They're a bunch of witches.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's rampant in all of the whole nation of Israel.
Yep.
The North, all over the level with the fucking idols, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
bro.
got idols. When you taking a piss, you got Caesar Borgia staring at you.
Yeah.
You don't see the black kingdoms, man. Go to his parents' house, got Caesar Borgia in the goddamn bathroom. Go in the kitchen, got another Caesar Borgia looking at you. Yeah, man. So Syrian around of my anger, and the staffs in their hand is my indignation. It's the Lord doing these things, man.
That's right, bro.
Rounding you up and doing it's not happening. Hey, it happened. West Indians got rounded up. The Haitians got rounded up.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting. This is the hot news right now that's going on right now this weekend.
That's right, bro. That's right, bro.
I will set him against an hypocritical nation.
That's right.
A bunch of hypocrites, man.
Yeah,
A
bro.
bunch of idolaters.
That's right.
And against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge. And just put up in there, they fucking vehicles, rounding people up, locking people up, taking them to the detention centers, separating families, murdering his own people. You know, fashion district downtown LA, right? Different states in the United States. You know, a lot of concentrated, where it's concentrated mainly on the so-called illegal immigrants. You know, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro.
Off my wrath, well, I gave him a charge to take the spoil and take the prey and to tread them down like the mire in the streets, man.
Yeah.
Mire up the streets.
Yeah.
And that's when it escalated.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying earlier. Where the hell are you gangbangers, hardcore gangbangers? Or will put us not reading the Bible? Where you at, man? You should be out there.
Right.
Something going nuts.
They hide the Mexican mafia.
That's my
Right.
bad.
That's right. Right.
Where you at, man?
Right.
They see us.
Right.
Where you from, homes, all that shit.
Right.
Why you would tell the FBI, why the fuck air homes?
Right. Right. Who gave you the authority?
Hypocrites, man.
Yeah.
Bunch of hypocrites.
That's right.
That's right, bro.
Got a precept.
Go ahead, bro.
There's Hosea 4 verse 17. Ephraim is joined to idols. Yep. Let him alone. All right. Basically, leave him alone. Their drink is sour. They have committed whoredom continually.
Yeah, what is that? That's spiritual fornication.
That's right.
Worship of other gods, man. Idolatry. That's what a lot of our people are into, man.
Yeah. That's right.
What you call it? Man. They worship the Day of the Dead. What you call that shit?
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
The heaven worship was the other one.
Guadalupe.
learn, bro.
Guadalupe. A lot of great shit out here, man.
Santeria.
Yeah.
All that type of stuff.
Different parts of Mexico is very satanic. Very satanic. out there.
Yeah, they do human sacrifices and shit too.
Yeah,
Watch
bro.
that movie. Watch that movie. The Tax Collector.
Right.
That tax collector, the villain dude, the crazy cartel dude. They show you in that movie he was worshiping Satan, and he got that bitch to kill that other bitch. He sacrificed her to that idol, basically to the devil, Satan, so he can get the power to roll on his enemy. You gotta watch that movie, man. They show you that shit, man.
That's what the cartel, that's what they do. They butchering each other. Like literally.
Man,
They
crazy.
found houses of bodies butchered.
Yep.
Like that movie, the first Sicario showed you that. You know, they raided that house in Arizona. They had bodies in the walls, man. Because they went in the house, they couldn't see nothing. And I guess one police officer backed them to the wall. They saw like a hole. They wanted to, what the fuck is that? They ripped the walls open. There was bodies in there, man. Body parts, plastic bags.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how they get down.
Yep.
Remember those two Northern Kingdom where recently they got caught. It was somewhere in the States though.
Truck driver, right?
No, they wasn't truck drivers. They was just two random jakes, but they was a part of some gang. Apparently, I think Trinidad, Iowa. But they were caught and arrested because they were trying to sacrifice two girls that they had kidnapped.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
They're very satanic, man.
There you go.
That's why they got that whole roundup that happened over there in El Salvador.
Yep.
All of MS-13 members are in that fucking concentrated camp. Harsh judgment, man. So, hey, chill, man. 2/3 of our people gotta go.
Uh-huh.
Gotta fucking go, man.
That's right.
What?
It's going on the NOT on Hosea. When the rulers of Israel finish their drinking, off they go to find some prostitutes they love shame more than honor. So a mighty wind will sweep them away.
Mighty wind shall sweep them away.
Yep.
out of there, Syria, shipping your ass.
Yeah, that's right.
Rounding you up, sending you back where you came from, put you in these camps, and probably chipping your ass too.
Yeah, yeah.
And they like, you want to stay here, you gotta take the perfect way to chip them up.
Yeah.
With the MOTB in them. They don't know any better.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
That's all as hell. Nah, you got it.
That's what they did to the Southern Kingdom during slavery. They broke Jake's will.
Yeah.
That's why Jake don't have that throughout the different generations they broke Jake's that rebelliousness against this man's system. You know, anytime somebody would try to rise up, they will always murder them, man.
Yep.
You know, make examples out of them, so that way that they instill that fear into the people.
And
Man.
it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
At a point in time, the Most High started to rise up the prophet.
That's right. That's
It
right.
was all part of the Lord's plan.
Yep.
It worked.
Yep.
Even down in the different countries in Africa,
Yep.
the African leaders rose up, trying to really liberate their people and try to use the natural resources for their people.
Yep.
They got taken out by their own people.
Yeah, yep.
Sellouts everywhere, man.
Yeah. That's right, bro.
Remember,
They can't do that to us. So now we have the end of this thing.
that's right.
Right.
But the elect is risen up, and nothing they can do against this, man.
Right.
Yep.
It's over.
Yeah, to back that brother up is all the Lord's will, because he said it himself in Deuteronomy 28. You shall have no might in thy hand.
Yeah.
All right, so any type of way you think you're gonna fight back, it'll always fire back right back at you.
Right.
You know, so yeah, man.
No man should buy you.
Here you go.
Right.
Yep, so that was all part of the Lord's plan.
Yep.
But you have different uprisings and all that, and they all failed.
Yeah. Yep.
That's right.
Even to where the different uprisings they try to do out here in the United States in the 60s, 50s,
Right.
and all that, those people were fucking being used.
Yep.
When the FBI infiltrated all the different Black Panther movements, all that stuff, murdered Jake.
Yep.
And that guy, Jay Edgar Hoover, clearly says, if there's ever going to be a Black Messiah,
We'll
gonna
create one. Yep.
So that tells you what? But that tells you they're all agents.
Set up.
Yeah.
Set up.
They're
Yep.
all agents, man.
Yep. That's right,
Except the
bro.
men of the Lord, the true men of the Lord, who are rough around the edges.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
All
right.
walks of life.
That's right.
They can't tamper with that. They can't stop that.
That's right.
Oh, because we're surrounded on all sides physically.
Right.
But spiritually, they are outnumbered. The angels.
That's
got
right.
everything.
Yeah.
Outshine the angels got everything on lock.
Yep.
That's right, bro.
That's what he was a fear, man. Yeah, that's fucking nuts, man.
That's right, bro.
Damn, man.
That's right, bro.
Evil everywhere. He uses us, man.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, you gotta have faith,
You
bro.
gotta have faith.
Yeah, bro.
Like, holy shit.
Uh-huh.
Feel like Jonah and shit, man.
Yeah, bro. And I also plays into that Isaiah 30 with them groups trying to uprise. That's that taking the covering, but now the Lord's Spirit. Because that wasn't of the Lord. That's why all that shit didn't came to naught. You know, because ultimately, you know, that's the thing. Jake always talk about getting on code with each other, but see, the thing is, this is the code.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can get on code with another nigga, but you can do it wicked. He adultery, he's a murderer. You don't get on code with a motherfucker like that. That's a wicked individual. Right. You know, this is our code. This is our code. God's code. G code. Right?
That's right.
They always want to talk about culture. This is the code. The scriptures is the culture, man. This is our true culture, man. Well,
Their sacrifices to idols will bring them shame.
right. Yeah. You're gonna be shameful, man. Especially when you find out the true appearance of the Lord, man. When you see the true appearance of the Lord, you're gonna be ashamed, man. Because of that, because you hate that outward appearance, man. Because you've been brainwashed, you've been manipulated into thinking that anybody that looks like us is evil, man. You know, and like the brother said, we got some fucked up examples right now. Okay, but the Lord got his prophets out here as well. You know, that's a stumbling block.
Yeah, a lot of stuff blocks out there.
You know what I'm saying? Because you look at our parents and those as niggas.
Yeah,
We gotta listen to them.
How the hell they look at John the Baptist, man?
Right.
Crazy, man. What the hell? Walk around with camels,
Yeah.
garment on.
Yeah.
Yeah, eat locusts.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You see a Jake like that today. What about Isaiah? On the side of me, Isaiah walking around butt naked.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of days. Come on, Jake.
Yeah,
With a
bro.
beard on, butt naked. Somebody, you guys better repent. That's a little word works, man.
Yeah.
Various ways.
Yeah, it's very peculiar.
Yeah.
When people start digging in, the only ones that was truly scholarly, the Apostle Paul.
Right.
Oh man, with some scholars background. It was mainly Apostle Paul. He came later. You got to deal with them educated ass Greek niggas.
Right.
Black Greek niggas. There was all different philosophies, but Apostle Paul could deal with them.
Right.
He was very schooled.
Yep.
Very stoic.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe the disciples are skipped to say they were unlearned men.
Yeah.
So they didn't, they weren't on the high level like
Right.
that.
Right.
Apostle Paul, he was basically a Pharisee.
Yeah.
He knew the law and stuff.
We deal with the prophets. Daniel was very student, very stoic.
Yep.
Very disciplined.
Yeah.
Very smart. Yeah, Joseph, the same thing. You know, when it comes to the disciples and all that, Jake rugged as hell.
That's right. You got a rich man. That's to get a blue collar job today.
Right.
You know, they was just, that's all they did. That's all they do. They held they 9 to 5.
And
Working and doing daily work.
You know what I'm saying? Ivy League, smooth Jake. You know?
Right. Bill Cosby.
Yeah, man. So, and the Lord said, you want the Corinthians?
I go there.
That's what you're looking for. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I got it. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, starting at, I'll start at verse 25. Because the foolishness of the Heavenly Father is wiser than men.
Yeah, we are here looking foolish. You know, brothers, trying to speak properly, but we still have some of that hood in us. You know? We don't care, we believe.
That's right.
We understand this word, though.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
I'm sorry, you got a lot of Jake that was scholars, man. Did a lot of things. So-called black community. Why they haven't been called to this?
Right.
Now they found out all kinds of information. There's a lot of information out there about these different people. Right? Got different inventors.
Right.
Did a lot of inventions. Israelite stock. Why haven't been called unto this man?
Right. They think we supposed to sound like that dude Neil deGrasse.
Right. Yeah, that guy's pretty smart.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
His knowledge is foolishness unto the Most High.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
He's pretty smart. He's very smart. Right?
Yep, it says, but the Heavenly Father have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
And
And
you
the
know how
most
they gonna get confounded? How, brother? One word. Prophecy. Prophecy.
That's right, bro.
That's how they get confounded all the time. Prophecy. You can't go back and forth with the information they have like that. It doesn't even matter.
Right.
This prophecy, this is this. This is going. You can't get caught up with that because they're gonna drown you.
Yeah.
But when it comes to prophecy, they get bewildered.
Yeah, bro.
To where now they losing it. Vocab losing it. When you go that money going to England ain't cheap, nigga. Right. It's like $2,000 ticket or some shit, $1,000.
Like to be at least 1,000.
Right. Then you gotta get your fucking hotel and all that. You got some Bible friends over there, some Christian friends. Like in housing. Hotel ain't cheap. You know? You're losing, man. Oh yeah, a bunch of losers.
So enjoy your time in London.
Fuck out of here, man.
There's a lot of sightseeing to do in London. Waste of time.
You should be going to the fucking museums that still have that information about Jake in Europe. That's what you should be doing.
Right.
You can't stop this. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. I'm scared of the whole
When you deal with prophecy, you have to deal with reality. Prophecy, and you deal with reality. Reality deals with prophecy. They're interchangeable. So that deals with historical events, things that actually happen in life. Because prophecy is what means to say before. Both sides says certain things are going to happen before they actually happen. Like our captivity, slavery. That happened, man. You can't refute that, and that's in the scriptures. So now you're dealing with things, in the future. All right, we're seeing this MOTV system and stuff like that coming into play. The mark of the beast is about to be made mandatory. It's prophecy.
Apostles and elders been speaking on that for years. And now we're seeing it, man. Videos is showing it, man. Everything is how this is operating. Everything is going digital, man. Okay, hardly anything is manual anymore, man. Okay,
Yeah, like nothing like physical.
right,
So everything like when it's plastic and shit, everything has been digitized.
right,
Everything has been input into a system by electronic devices in order to support this whole beat system, which will be all digitized with all of the AI.
Yep.
There ain't nothing to be physical. Everything is all on the air, body, air, and thing. That's why nothing's physical.
that's right, bro. That's why that's the bread and butter for many years out here, that manual labor. You know, and once the workforce is like you're saying, it's clearly leaving the manual phase and going to the digital phase, man. So all that shit gonna be caught off. Now you tribes ain't gonna have that shit to fall back on, man. That's when you really gonna see people's true colors. You know, that's when motherfuckers gonna turn against one another, man. Families gonna turn against one another, okay? Because of all that hell, the lack of bread, the great tribulation.
Yeah. That was it, brother?
No.
Go ahead.
It says, but the Heavenly Father hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and the Most High hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Yep. Through what? Through the spirit of prophecy.
That's right.
They can't stop this, man.
That's right, bro.
You know?
We ain't got no power in this society, man. Okay, we have no might in our hand, you know. That's why Jake is always crying about injustice here, man. Because why you think they can just pull over Jake for any reason and gun him down and with no repercussions, man? Because they know that we have no might in our hand.
And according to how their corporations set up, under these adhesion contracts, you're a slave.
Right.
You're a slave, man. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do to you.
Yeah.
Technically, you're just you're a chattel here.
Yeah.
Really, you're commodity here.
Yep.
Real talk, man.
Yeah, bro.
It's a fact. Your birth certificate, your social security number, so on and so forth. This is a corporation.
That's right.
You belong to the Rothschilds, man.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right, bro.
We're under what you call common law. We're trying to get back to God's law.
That's
Right.
right.
Serious stuff. Even Esau's bringing that out now. And these are the things that our beloved apostles and elders have been saying for years.
Right. Yeah, bro.
So
You
fuck
know?
about this system, man.
And that's
Right.
why the earth is in the state that it is in, because the laws of the Most High are not being followed, man. Okay? That's why the brother was saying earlier, that's why you look around, you see it's all fucking hazy out here, man. The air is all fucked up, you know, because this man, what he's going to say in Psalms, he casteth the words of the Lord behind him, man. Okay? You know, he doesn't adhere to what the scriptures say, man. Okay? So therefore, that's why all these things are happening. And the Lord, he also say he's doing that for his elect's sake, man. All these things that's going on in the earth, the Lord is doing all this for his elect's sake.
That's right.
Because time is short, man. So,
Extremely
you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like the brother's saying, this ain't no joke, this ain't no game, man. Okay, shit about to start really getting bad out here real quick.
That's right.
So day is 30 and 12. The day is 30 and 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, that ye despise his word and trust in oppression.
Right, that's the problem. You despise this word, because like the brother mentioned, those incidents with the Northern Kingdom coming up, the brothers, that's because you despise this word.
Yep.
You know?
Oppression.
You trust in oppression. That's why these niggas, like I said, man, you know, Jacob be sitting there talking about, oh, I'll never sell out. The next thing you see this nigga hugged up with Esau and shit.
Yep.
Briefcase and shit. Virgil. Yeah, bro, Virgil. You know, that's what Esau does, because he know he can sniff these sellouts out, man.
Yep.
You know, he know the ones that's not going, because the Lord got that spirit. You know, like the brother said, that's only reserved for the elect. The elect is not going to come. It's going to say they love not their lives unto the death, man.
Yeah, man. And that's real.
You know?
Because we have a thorough understanding, man, that this is can't be life.
Yeah, this ain't living.
This
You
ain't
know,
living.
you know what I'm
We
saying?
have understanding how our ancestors used to live. We want that back.
Hell yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
You're subject to a system
Yeah,
where you can't be a real man.
right.
Our
Yeah,
ancestors they were real men.
Yep.
They owned land, cattle,
Yep.
crops, so
That's right.
servants, men servants and all that.
Yep.
You're subject to your own whatever you got going
Yeah,
on.
bro.
Just keep following the ways of the Lord.
Yep.
Got to go to no fucking job.
Right.
Your job was what the Lord gave you. You wake
Yeah.
up every morning,
Yeah.
handle your business for your sheep, your herd,
Yeah.
your crops. That's what your job. You cultivating
Yeah.
yourself, your family. So, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
Your own water source, all that shit.
That's right, bro.
And you
Right.
hear certain things like coming out of the mouth of Klaus Schwab, you
Right.
will own nothing and be happy. That further puts you in that state of not being a man.
Right.
Because you're not going to have shit in this future
Right.
society. You're going to be
Yeah.
chipped up and you're going to be totally controlled
Right.
through this system that he's bringing in, man. You're not going to have any freedom. You're going to have anything.
Right.
You're not going to have any private businesses. All that shit is going to be gone and done away with.
You ain't gonna have a private life.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a chip inside of you.
Yep.
For your conscience, man. Get the fuck out of here. Hell no, we don't love you.
That's right.
Yeah.
What? Now you have children. What the fuck? You tell me they gotta go to their school. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's why the power is in the boys. Rather have the sons.
Yep.
You gotta plant the seeds early. The daughters, they gonna be like, what? No way. Because women are different, man.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm seeing a difference.
Yep.
You know, with the women, they gotta go to the school, they being taught this shit. They try to show themselves, that's right there, they be like, you know, they get stuck like,
Yeah, bro.
like, man, damn, it's gonna go back.
Yeah.
Too much for them, man.
Yeah, bro.
See? So therefore, we're looking for a new heaven, a new earth, where we're in control.
Yep.
Under Yahamashiach Yahushai, man.
That's right.
The meek shall inherit the earth, man.
Yep. Yep.
What? Hell no.
Man.
Niggas control the water and everything. What? Come on, man.
Yeah, they control it and then they're poisoning
And
it.
they
Yeah,
poison
yeah,
it.
yep.
Control your fucking food. Come on, man. They pretend like they like you. You in the supermarket and the food is poison. It's a pretend world.
Yep. That's right.
And then there's certain markets now it's coming out. Trader Joe's, it's been coming out, but a lot of that stuff at Trader Joe's was supposed to be more healthier than everything else.
Shit is fake.
But a lot of that shit is genetically
Garbage.
modified.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Bunch of chemicals in it.
They keep pushing these energy drinks in us. This time, come on, man. Why people are tired?
Right.
And then that shit is poison.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Still here.
I mean, you still here, right?
Right.
They like to drink them Celsius and shit. I stopped it now. Resort to beetroot juice and carrot juice and shit. You know, green tea. But still, you can still get tired.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Being attacked.
Being attacked.
Yeah, bro.
What the fuck? No, we went out of here, man.
Yeah, just
When
to
y'all
make
was
me mad.
shy, come back, destroy this shit, and deliver us.
That's right.
Right. That's right. That's in the scriptures too. They shall wear out the saints.
Yeah,
on the
man.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Grace
they
of the
do.
Lord. That's why you
Yeah.
can't get me prideful in this thing.
Yeah.
For the grace of the Lord, we receive this truth. For the grace of the Lord, you're still alive, nigga.
Yeah,
For the grace of the Lord, our children are all right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's the real shit, man. You gotta be, man, grateful and thankful every day. Still be vexed and fuck, man. The body of us,
Right.
Homelessness is rising like a motherfucker right
yes.
now.
Yeah.
Even young people are having to live in their cars and shit, man.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up ass system right now,
Right.
man. So you have to be whatever you have. If you
Exactly.
can look up and it's a motherfucking roof there,
Be thankful.
goddamn, just be thankful, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a job and the Lord is allowing you to constantly go and make that money to uphold that. Come on, man. Can't
Yeah, you gotta
know?
be thankful.
Yeah, you gotta be
grateful.
thankful, man.
And you living with bros, be thankful. Everybody, man, get your own shit. It ain't that easy. In Cali, live on your own. I'm very thankful to be living with brothers with like mine.
Yeah.
No issues.
Right. Some people don't have no family,
Nobody got nothing.
no connections, nothing.
The fuck?
That's right.
Everybody, you know, got their room and whatever. But why do you help us shot, man?
Hell yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality that Yahushua said to have, man. Be sufficient day unto day, man. You know what I'm saying? Pray this day, for our day, for your daily bread.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's all we really need. Because this society is all about deceiving people. Oh, you gotta have this. You gotta have these cars. You gotta have this big ass house. You know what I'm saying? People get that's what people all are about, man. They get caught up into that web of deception. And now it's coming out, like I said, a lot of these fucking celebrities, entertainers, they're broke. Okay? All that shit that they putting on these different platforms, showing these cars and shit, they don't even own that shit, man. All that shit was all that when they lease, that's what they do.
Yeah, they lease shit.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a smart thing to do any fucking way. But
Yeah.
the point is, that shit that they projected, that shit is false, man. It's a false reality that they're painting for you, so you can have that covetous mind. Oh, I want what that person got.
Yeah, so you can go sell your soul.
Right. That's why this place, one of the many reasons why this place is gonna be destroyed, man. Because that pushes an evil vibration on the people, man.
Goes back to what you're saying, trust and progression.
Right.
People don't know that.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why, especially our women, they watch them shows and they see these dudes, big ass chains on and shit, they driving all these luxurious cars. They think every man supposed to have that, man. That's not reality, man.
There are a lot of single women with houses. They don't give a fuck. Listen to that video. A lot of single women. We don't give a fuck about no house.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck about that, man.
I ask for you.
Right.
You don't need that much, man. You
Uh-huh.
know that shit.
Yeah, they play your head like that.
What?
Right.
Man, of course. You know?
Right.
It ain't real.
People are coming out and complaining about how they bought a house and then now they having all these fucking problems with the HOA, having problems with the realtors and shit like that, trying to scam them and stuff like that. So it's not all that like you say all cracked up to be. It's not all fancy and glitter and shit. Once you get in that world of buying a house, especially if the more expensive it is, the more problems is gonna come to them, and the more taxes.
I'm neighborhoods, man. Nobody be outside like that.
Right.
I had neighborhoods. Niggas not outside, man. Everybody outside. Bunch of weirdos, man.
I'm like, how's all these cars, like up front of the bro's house? Like, ain't nobody left the house on fucking Saturday.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I can't stand this place.
Exactly.
Right.
Inside on their phone or being some fucking weirdos. What kind of society is that, man?
Right. Yeah, bro.
Hell no. That shit feels weird, man.
Yep.
All right. That shows you too the state of this society. Because back in the day, people was
outside
socializing. You know what I mean? You knew your neighbors. You used to go to your neighbors' houses, man. Now shit is different now. These people, because this man got everybody, like I said, in that hamster wheel, and also the internet too on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Go along with that because everybody's depressed. A lot of people are broke. People fronting, acting like like everything's all good, but really it ain't.
It ain't.
It ain't. And that's what's gonna show when that explosion happens, when people fucking losing. You know what I mean? And people don't think people that's oblivious, they don't think that shit came out of nowhere. No, that shit been building up, man. Okay? That's why motherfuckers, I was telling the brother before we came out here, I can see people on my job, they on edge. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Latin tribes, man. They ain't in that proud fucking chest puffed up spirit anymore, man. Because now the Lord's putting that hell on their ass, man.
Yep.
You know?
Everybody in that digital world now. All this is going on, everybody in their phone. I left my phone at home and we was gone for like 10 hours. Man, it feels like good not having my phone. But I just realized everybody, because I went to the jumping place, the indoor jumping place, all the men, no drinking awareness, not even checking on their kids, nothing to do. I'm like, man, these people are fucking off. Somebody come in and take the kid, they probably won't even notice it. They be in their phone, they're not even in the same area where the kid playing at. They over there at the table, kid is 30 feet away, and somebody just come in and take the kid.
Yeah, that's why these traffickers, they winning. Taking these children, kidnapping women, kidnapping people. They fucking winning because people are out here oblivious, man.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Ain't that serious, exactly.
Yeah.
So this place gotta go.
Yeah,
This place
bro.
gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
get back to
bro.
this. Where you was at, Isaiah.
Yeah, and then 12. Wherefore doth the Holy One of Israel, because you defy this word and trust and pressure and pervert it.
Versus.
Sick ass shit be going
Yeah.
on, man. You know, especially with our people, man. The higher up you go in society, the more filthy and perverse they are, man.
That whole shit with Cassie and Diddy. Damn.
Yeah, bro. That shit was, yeah.
What the hell?
You know?
Just,
Yeah, bro.
what y'all niggas name?
Yeah, bro. Perverse
The Punisher.
And those people had a couple of demons that you put doing stuff.
Yeah, Diddy's mom, yeah.
Why would those
Yeah.
fucking man?
The Punisher.
Fucking with the heat, though. Punisher.
That's what we were saying, how they got to defile themselves, man. You know, 'cause for him, he's been in the limelight for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? He's been around for decades, man. You know, at that height. You know what I'm saying? And all these dudes that's been there, that been that gatekeeper. You know, the Lord's getting ready to pull them all down, man. Okay? Because you can't sit here and perpetuate all this bullshit and think that you're going to get away scot-free. You're not.
Right.
Okay? Esau not going to get away scot-free. And you niggas ain't going to get away scot-free, man. Those of you that sold out. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
And stay there on.
Yep, stay there on. You know, though hand joining hand, you know, that ain't going to stop the wicked from being punished, man. You're going to go right along with this damn devil, man. Okay? Even though ultimately all Israel is going to, you know, come back in the kingdom, they're going to be in their right mind. But this is your punishment the Lord got set for you right now, in this time frame, man. Okay? Because you're going to go out by torment. Lord going to torment you.
Yep.
He ain't just going to put you to death quick right fast like that. He going to torment the shit out you, man. Okay? He gonna make you feel that pain, man, that anguish.
That's what it says in Proverbs. He create the wicked for the days of evil.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what's rolling.
Yeah. Because Esau is the Lord's sword.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's gonna use this devil to inflict that hell on you tribes, man.
Therefore, that the iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready
Yep.
to fall.
It's gonna blow up in your face,
Yep.
man. All that shit you doing is gonna backfire, man. All that shit you was perpetuating, it's gonna fall back on your ass, man. We seeing it on a little level with the Diddler, you know. But it's gonna fall worse as the time goes, man. Cause there's a lot of niggas. It ain't just him, you know. It's just that shit with those other niggas ain't come to the forefront though. It's coming though.
Yeah.
The Lord gonna expose all the niggas, man. All these niggas that you been putting on the pedestal. Okay. Right. All that bullshit. You know. The Lord's he's gonna reveal to you how foul and disgusting these motherfuckers are, man. He said these are the people you look up to. This is the people you tell your sons and daughters to look up to, man. Okay. You constantly tell them you want to be great, you gotta be like these people right here. The Lord gonna expose all them niggas, man.
That's right.
He's doing it, man. Okay?
Even in the sports world, people that you thought was somebody that got it a certain way, they like Kobe.
Yeah.
They set Kobe up back in the days when that rape shit. That was a setup to control him. Where they almost broke him, and therefore he pledged.
Yeah.
He got down with the boule, man. Information coming out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So everybody's fucking in control.
Yeah. That's right, bro.
LeBron, he's in control.
Yeah.
Boule.
Yeah.
So it's serious, man.
That's right. That's
Why
right.
you want to, you know what I'm saying?
That's right, bro.
Michael Jordan, all them guys, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And that's from things, individuals, they're all over
Right.
the
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
and the political aspect of things, then the judicial system, police force, the military, these initiations to be bases, man. then work your way up from there. Be a Mason. Then the whole college, at least another, is a black fraternity, man. Black sororities. Right? And they got, they pretty much invite you in based upon your fucking your Greekness, your profaneness.
Yeah, bro.
There you go, being a demon. A tool for the international banking families, man.
Right, bro.
It's like 9 black sororities.
Yeah.
It's pretty much are hand in hand with these international banking families.
Yeah, bro.
They called the Divine Nine.
Divine
That's
Nine.
what Kamala Harris called them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. All these motherfuckers are some sick, profane, sellout niggas.
Yeah, bro.
So the scriptures say all that's gonna backfire, man.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Lapdogs.
Yeah. And that's been going on for centuries, man.
Yeah,
The
bro.
first black sorority was set up in 1900, moved by W.E. Du Bois. Look at his picture. Oh, that's a kid. Cool nigga, man. And it was funded by Rockefeller, man. All this information is out there for you to research.
Right.
You wonder why you can't get you a regular J trying to make it, you can't get certain way. There's a black Greek nigga behind the closed doors trying to fuck your life over.
Right.
Go to the goddamn court system and the judge is a fucking black woman. That's a Greek bitch, man.
Yeah.
Trying to fuck your life over.
Yeah.
6 foot thick bitch. Prance around and shit.
Yeah.
They look at you like you ain't shit.
Yeah.
Fuck your life over, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's serious, man. They everywhere.
Yep.
And they're doctors and all that.
Yep.
Okay? And this ain't nothing new.
Can I read it real quick?
First Maccabees.
Yeah.
Man.
This is First Maccabees, chapter 1.
Right, and the Maccabean revolt was the Greek Empire after what's his name, Alexander died. And his power was given unto his 4 generals. Okay, which was Edomites. The he-goat. That same he-goat is back. Now it became a global empire.
Yeah.
Known as the beast.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right? Go ahead.
Yep, so you said that. I'll start at verse 9. And after his death, they all put crowns. Oh, my bad. First Maccabees 1 and 9. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Who? Alexander is the him. Go ahead.
It says, so did their sons after them many years.
Generation.
Yep.
That's the same thing with Herod.
Yeah.
There's more than one Herod. That's a title.
Right.
It was a dynasty.
Yeah.
Son to his grandson.
The Rhodian dynasty.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, so that their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Yeah. Around that whole area, which you know today as Asia, they were controlling, man. All the way to what you call Europe today. Greeks, they expanded their empire. Okay.
And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of
Surname. Those are surnames they have. Those aren't their real names. They're Edomites. Okay. And information is coming out that Alexander linked with the other Amalekites, man, the first of the nation. Brothers bringing that out. Man, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, that Joey was part of Amalekite on the island of Greece. See?
Yeah. Yep.
See?
That's right.
First of the nations, man. It links up. I'm like, wow. See? So the Lord is bringing all information out now through the mouth of the prophets, man. We ain't proud, it's regular chicks. You see us at the supermarket getting some chicken and say, hey, but we got the top information in the world, man. Right?
son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Yeah, BC time frame. Go ahead.
In those days, went there out of Israel wicked men.
Yeah, and around that time was only dominantly 3 main tribes, the Benjamin Levites. Because prior to that, the northern kingdom already got took out the land. Okay? So they had some northern in there, was predominantly the Negro stock. Fucking niggas, man.
Yeah.
Okay? Go ahead.
Out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Yeah, pretty much. We got conquered. All that bad things happened to us under the Greeks, man. But still, the Most High raise up men that kept the faith, zealous for the laws and all that. That's the Maccabees brothers.
That's right.
Father Matthias.
Yep.
That's the same vibration we in.
That's
We
right,
surrounded
bro.
all sides. We got out. We've been taking that out right here. All kinds of shit happening. That spirit that's on us, look, man, fuck that. I can't do that shit. Certain spirit that's within us, like, man, hell no. That's of the Lord. Man.
It says, so this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein.
So forward, like, they out there with it.
Yep.
Like today, they got the different collegiate style of it. They got the different ceremonies, dances. Man, they overboard with it, man. They throw the hand signals and all that stuff.
Yeah, all the time.
Brag about it. They forward with it, man. NBA stars are with that.
Yeah.
You know, cute dogs and all that shit. They slash.
Big job. He's amazing.
See that shit making sense now. We know we're in hell. You know what I mean? That's why we went, oh man, Troy, he was talking about hell. I don't know what these niggas into. We don't know what these dudes connected to. Because he's in the Navy. A lot of the bases are in the Navy.
Yep.
Yeah. These are squares. Hey, I was letting nobody, bro. Trying to sound smart and break down tricks. I don't know nothing. I don't know none. Thanks, brother. Nice meeting you, my brother. You guys are fucking talented. You're funny. That's it, bro. Somebody here, man, trying to be part of this world. Hell no, man. Fuck. Man.
It says, then certain other people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the
Yeah,
heathen.
just like today, the 1900s, Rockefellers funded the first black fraternity, the first Alpha Phi Psi, whatever that shit is. Yeah, that's the same thing that happened back then.
Hellenized too.
Hellenized too.
Back today.
Back to date. By the thousands. You know?
And then it goes on to talk about the places of exercise that they built.
Yeah.
The gymnasiums. That goes, the gyms today, that goes back to the ancient Greeks, man.
Yep.
The word gym goes back to the Greek word gymnos, which means naked.
And
That's why you got these women, you know, they walk around in the gyms, basically with their skin showing, their fat asses out, even though they got pants on. Skin tight ass attire, man. And it's getting to the point where people are despising that shit.
Yeah. And that spirit is still out there because when you go to the bathroom, the locker room, you see motherfuckers eat them as naked, man. Like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, man. That's the spirit. Yeah.
They try to work with the poor man. Now they try to emasculate everything.
Yeah.
There's the feminized all mankind, mainly Israel. You want to turn you goddamn sissies, man.
Yeah, bro.
On all levels, everything you can think of. Faggots is there, man. Like that. You got threatening that nigga. I'll get you a shot at him, bitch. Closed casket. Mom's crying. Falling. Fuck with me, man. Got a closed casket, a nigga, man. Fuck you, man. That bunch of sick motherfuckers, man.
That's right. That's what happened in the sports world too with the athletes, because they all gotta be in the locker room, they all gotta be in the shower and shit. They see each other naked and shit.
As well. The military as well.
Yeah.
But you sitting nuts and butt, everybody bunched up and shit. Take showers and everybody, you know. Man. That's part of that programming, man.
That's right, bro. That's part of that
Perverseness, man.
And then Jake take hold of that. So you think Jake
You think that's normal?
They started doing that too. to one another.
They think that's
You
normal.
know?
Come on, man, what's wrong with you?
Right. From I believe those fraternities, they have hazing. They do hazing to initiate members, man. That's how they do those initiations, those hazing.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
Oh, shit, man.
Yep.
Well, that was pretty good.
Yeah, 30 and 13. Okay, then 30 and 13, therefore, this iniquity shall be for you as a breach with fall, dwelling out in a high wall, whose break coming suddenly at an instant.
Right, it's gonna come out in an instant, swift.
Yeah.
Swift judgment, man. Okay? And that's what's happening right now with the northern tribes, man. With this whole ICE situation, man. Okay, and see, that's what happens when you put trust in your oppressor, man. Okay, thinking that you come over here to this land, okay, and we understand, you know, our people are catching hell where they coming from, you know. But when you come over here, you get fucking manipulated by this devil and
This whole system.
this whole system and have manipulate you and hate your own people, man. You know, because when you came over here, the so-called Negroes like you so-called Negroes was built this fucking what you see here, man.
Yeah.
Okay, all under hardcore slavery, man. Okay, whipping our backs. Okay, fucking butchering or murdering our children, man. Okay, and can do a fucking thing about it, man. Years and years of fucking perpetual hatred, man. Okay, even after slavery, man. During those different eras, Jim Crow and all these different eras, that has put holy hell on Jake, man. You know, our grandparents had stories, you know, experiences that traumatized them for the rest of their fucking life, man. You know, things that happened to them when they was a child, and it affects them until they gray in their head, man. You know, from that fucking oppression, man. You know, and then you come over here all this time, and you got nerve to have art with us, and you should know the history how this man slaughtered your people, man. Yeah, man. You know, and it's still slaughtering, man. They came over to do a chart, a graph, statistics, and how basically, which they don't even put in the news, the tribe of Gad, they getting gunned down by these police more than the so-called Negroes, man. And they don't even bring that out. You know, so the Northern Kingdom is catching hell just like the Southern Kingdom is catching hell, man. But see, they don't put that in the media because they want that division, man. Which that's not going to work on the elect.
That's right.
We understand how, because we're not ignorant to Satan's devices, man, through these scriptures. You know, but see, tribes, you won't get caught up into all that bullshit. That's why y'all going back and forth, FBA, non-FBA, you know, all this dumbass, petty-ass bullshit. But at the end of the day, you got nothing to say against the so-called white man, Esau, man.
Yeah, those are code words, FBI and everything that was sent by the elites for them to chatter that shit.
Yeah.
To keep that division, man.
Yeah.
We ain't stupid, man.
Yeah.
Because that shit wasn't there 3 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
This
It
people
got
don't
big
use.
recently.
Yeah, people's not using common sense.
Yeah.
Where the fuck this shit came from?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
Yeah, because they seen that this was on the rise.
Yeah,
right.
That
exactly.
This was making noise, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
Judah and Israel was coming back together through the word, man. Bone to his bone.
That's right.
Yep.
So Esau's going to do any and everything that he can do. Possibly it's not going to work, but he's going to try to make the effort to try to quell this, man. To try to stop this.
That's why Goldcat went to London.
And it's correct because, like the brother said, Esau would send his hellhounds against us, against their own. It's send the dogs after them, man. Hey, I need you to do this, do that, keep them coming together, man.
Right.
So come on, man.
Right. It's not working. It's not working when it comes to this truth, man.
Yeah. And it ain't even about the masses of Jake anyway. It's only about the elect.
That's right.
So if a nigga want to stay black, then niggas gonna stay black.
Right.
That's the delusion that the Most High wants them to remain in.
Remember what?
Right. The point is, all these Israelite groups, except one particular one, fuck
right.
YYC standing on that. ISUPK standing on that. GMS #1 standing on that. Any other group out there, that's what we standing on. We are the 12 tribes. That's
Right.
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 So we're like, everybody like, what the hell? Who are those people in that land?
Exactly, brother.
Exactly, bro.
That's the main thing we standing on.
Right. That's the main. That's why they. That's what the main thing that they're attacking this truth, because the 12 tribes are talking. Because that's stirring up. Like the brother said, people asking questions. These are the people of the Lord, and who are the people over there in the land of Israel right now? You see, and that's why this word is a threatening to them. It's everything. Us being out here is showing you everything that the society is built upon is lies, man. Okay, which this word, we're like I said, we're breaking down those strongholds, man.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, starting at 1. It says, oh man, the subheading says the necessity of God's judgment against Israel. The necessity, it's a necessary thing.
That's right. Jay got to get judged, man.
It says, verse 1, hear this word that the Lord Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Like the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right?
Right. So Amos mainly prophet of the North.
Right.
You go into that, but it still applies to today. Right?
It says, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt. Yeah, the whole family. It says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Right, because we're near ourselves, like it said in the Psalms, man. The saints are the Israelites, man. The Lord separated us from all these other nations, man.
Yep. It says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Yeah, because he made his covenant.
Yep.
The covenant was given unto the nation of Israel.
Yep.
The covenants and the promises.
Yep.
The laws and commandments.
That's right.
That's why we're in this predicament.
That's right.
That's why you pigs getting jacked up and continue Jacob's trouble.
Yep. That's right.
And there's also a controversy of Zion.
Yep. That's right.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, because you bring that, because see what the northern tribes going through right now. You know, that's that reminder, man. You know, he's going to punish you for your iniquities, man. It's like the brother said, was going into earlier. Y'all heavy into that idolatry, man. Okay, and the Lord got brothers out there from the northern tribes that speak in Spanish to you so-called Latinos, letting you know the error of your ways, man. Okay, so now you have no excuse. This information is being brought to your attention, man. Okay, and you choosing to ignore it, that's going to be to your detriment, man. Okay, because at the end of the day, all we doing is preaching this message that's in the scriptures, man. All we doing is reading out the Bible, man. Okay, so you having a problem with what we saying, you really got a problem with the Lord, man. Okay, because the Lord ain't gonna come down here himself. Okay, it says that in Amos 3:7, he would do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets, man. Okay. And this is a mystery to the masses, man. You know, that's why everybody can't understand this. This is a highly spiritual thing, man. You know, the average human, okay, the average person walking out here can't perceive what's in this book, man. The Lord only reserved that for a small remnant. Okay, see, and we're letting you know why all these things are occurring, man. Okay, that's why Esau wants to shut down these platforms, because now you even got people in the world that's exposing how corrupt the society is, man. You know, on all levels, man. You got Edomites speaking up against this damn society, man. Crying out at how fucking corrupt this place is, man. You know, because everybody's waking up to the fact that this place is indeed a dream, man. It's not real. It's a false vision, man.
False sense of hope.
Yep.
Yeah.
False sense of prosperity.
I did. 5:1.
Yep.
I have thought of them and asked not to be.
Let's talk about the people on this sign. The Israelites, go ahead.
I am found of them that thought me not, like it. I am found of them that thought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name.
And like in Proverbs, the first chapter, the Lord said he stretched forth his hand, no man regarded. That's you rebellious ass Israelites, man. Okay? Because the Lord has risen up his prophets to come out here and let you know, hey, this is why we're in the position we're in, because we sinned against the Lord. Repent. Okay? Come up out of all this wickedness out of here, man. Get your life together, man. Turn back to the Lord. Right? Go ahead.
I have spread out my hand all the day unto a rebellious people.
Right, and our people are rebellious. Okay, still to this very day, after all the ass kicking, putting up your ass, man, all this destruction, all this hell that came upon you, you're still rebellious as hell, man. So that's why the Lord, he's bringing this is going to be, like say, a time like no other, man. This ass kicking is going to be different, man. Like Jake says, it's going to hit different. Different. You know? And this is going to be the final go round, man.
I have spread out my hand all the day unto a rebellious people, which is walking in a way that was not good.
Right, and the ways that you work is not good for you. It's not profitable to you, man. You're doing harm to yourself, man. You know? And we can see it, man. You can see it on Jake's countenance, man. Okay? These people that have been in the sports world, the entertainment world, at one point they had a glow to them. You see them years later, they're like, what the fuck happened to this guy, man?
Yeah, LeBron James can't retire.
Yeah, bro.
It's time they pull his number. I mean, part of his sacrifice.
Yeah.
He's on steroids and shit, man. He's done.
Yeah,
Right,
bro.
Lumen don't look happy.
Right.
That's why he don't want to retire, because he knows what's gonna roll.
Yeah, bro.
He can't play forever though, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. But see, that's what happened. See what that trust in Egypt would do to you.
Yep.
You know, because in the beginning, everything
bro.
seemed cool. It seemed fine, you know. You're getting all the praise and shit. You're getting all these luxurious things. Then after a while, you know, it becomes bitter. It becomes a burden. Yeah, bro.
Stayed in Cleveland, did your thing every time, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to be this fucking. I'm not from this. Don't even know Michael Jordan, bro.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's happening, all this is happening in real time now, man. Because now, like I said, through this internet, you can actually watch these people's lives play out in real time, man. You know, whereas back in the day, you know, like I said, everything used to be rumors. You would hear certain things here and there. And now you can see these motherfuckers get new lives. They actually talk to the power. You know? So now, that's why anything that does to these people's ego, man. You know, you constantly putting them on a pedestal, you know? Like LeBron James, they uplifted this dude before he even played the fucking NBA. He was in high school. Already praising this dude, man.
King.
You know?
Yeah, he's fast as hell, like dumb.
Right.
Nothing special, like he's big and
Yeah.
crossover like that. You know?
Yeah, he didn't have a bag, man.
Yeah, like,
That's just what it is, man. But we all knew when you know when they push that propaganda, that's when you know somebody's set up.
Yes.
Okay, that's how you know. But you know, people are so blind.
Yep.
Was whatever, man.
You're right. Crazy shit.
Right.
Like Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Crazy crossover like Iverson, you know?
Yep.
Big nigga with body dumping your ass.
Yep. Ooh, yeah, bro.
It is what it is.
Yep. Shut up and dribble.
Yep, shut up and dribble.
Again, I have spread out my hand all the day unto a rebellious people, which walking in a way that was not good after their own thoughts.
After their own thoughts. You know, what Jake got something to do with me? But do my thing, you know? And we're just doing your own thing because you get for it, man.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of our people, our niggas is in prison, man. Trying to do them, which is wickedness, man. Okay? Because like I said earlier, their mind is, you know, geared, it's in that capitalist mindset. You know, they gonna fuck whoever, they gotta fuck over to reach that height in their mind, because they think they're being successful. Okay, because they got certain riches here, man. Which the scriptures call it deceitful riches, man. You know, because when all hell breaks loose, all these these FRNs you can you know, set your mind to, all that shit's being devalued as we speak.
Right. Uncertain riches.
Uncertain riches, right?
Uncertain. Well, that means it's not certain.
Right. Right.
Why
You know?
trust it? You know?
Right. Which goes like what we said earlier. This shit is temporary, man.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing is certain here in this place, but destruction. That's certain. It's certain to be destroyed here. That's about certain as it is. You know, outside of the elect, man. You know. Right.
And people that provoke it lead to anger continually.
Continually, you provoke the Lord to anger, man. The Lord is not pleased with you tribes, man. Okay? Because now, like I said, Lord, he got this information coming to you, man. Now you're being told, hey, this is all. Eating pork, that's all, man. That's wicked. Okay? Sleeping with your neighbor's woman is wicked, man. Okay? Getting tattoos, you know, praying to these false idols. Okay? All that is evil, man. Those are offenses and sins against the Lord, man. Now these things are being brought to your attention, man. But you still continue in these things, man. So that's when these judgments come, ain't gonna be no pit for you motherfuckers.
And people that provoke it lead to anger continually to my faith that sacrifices and guarding.
That's what a nigga will do. A nigga provoke you, man. What you gonna do?
Yep.
You know, doing all type of bullshit. But when it comes to the oppressor, they ain't got none of that energy, man. They always got their energy against their own. You know, which goes back, you know, to that's what we call the person. Israelites shall have an evil eye towards his brother, man. You know, even our women. You know, vice versa.
The American black woman,
Yeah.
engineers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
School,
Yeah.
generation to generation.
Yeah.
Engineer. Even the hate. Oh, there's one little TikTok video. This chick fucked up, man. She said, you West Indians think y'all so lit.
Oh yeah.
Stupid bitch. She said, y'all West Indians think y'all so lit. What do you guys bring to us? This Nicki Minaj and Oxtail? Oh, they'll light her up, bro. That's the average American black. That's what they think. The project bitch. They know we're related.
Yeah.
That's all fucked up, man. People just said, right now, like,
Yeah.
stupid. What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
So y'all food in all that. What kind of food Esau making motherfuckers eat over there?
Right.
Some hamburgers and hot dogs,
Shitless.
and shitlets and shit. Fuck, oxtail is good, man. Even though it's from slavery,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
It's better than some goddamn shitlets, man.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, though.
What you talking about, man?
Yeah. The Project Bitch is like the worst species
Yeah, worst species.
next to the YN, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take this bitch a little bit, man.
Yeah, bro.
Worthless pieces of
Yeah, that's
beans,
the
man.
average black, so-called American black woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was raised over chill, no nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah, bro.
Don't know a damn thing. You got a so-called black man that's raised like that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Offspring. They meet their cousins. Benjamin Levi, we lit. We all lit. They just start looking at you side and hating on you. That's feminine, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? We have to learn from one another.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
We all lit. We're fucking lively as hell. Jamaicans are loud as fuck. That's a fact, man.
That's right, bro.
Niggas play dominoes and come slapping the table and throwing shit over. Lively as fuck. Every event, we're like, I'm out.
Right, bro. Right, yeah.
Grabbing his book.
Lord gave you 5 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro.
Lively as hell. Damn.
The American, they push that things because the majority of our people, no matter how clear we speak, no matter how eloquent we break it down, you know, if the Lord don't want them to get it, they're not going to get it, man.
Right.
You know, that's why it's foolish. You know, like the brother said, guys coming out trying to sound all deep. Look, all that shit don't mean nothing, man. If the Lord don't want a certain individual to understand it, he's not going to understand it. Right. He or she, man.
He said
He's
it.
not gonna understand it.
He said it himself. Unto them it was not given.
Yeah.
But unto you it was given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
I said it, man.
Here you go. How you call it, brother? Initiated souls?
Mysterio.
The Mysterion, right?
Yep.
Initiated soul.
That's right.
That's been predestinated, preordained to receive this truth. Those are
Right.
to be risen up.
That's right.
Now you ignorant motherfuckers still call yourself African American or black, or even call yourself Caribbean
Right.
or West Indian.
Right.
It's all fucking misnomers. Doesn't exist.
Right.
Doesn't exist, man.
That's right, bro. That's
You
right.
understand?
That's that confusion.
Yep.
Keep that big mistake.
Yeah.
Realizing that you're the people of the Lord.
Yeah, exactly. Even that one Jake that was bringing out stuff about the fraternity. He got more videos of. But he got a video. He went to a lot of stuff. He also mentioned that how the term Africa came about. I was like, wait a minute. Like, he said it. He said after the Second Punic War, a Roman general named Scipio Africanus conquered that region. Hannibal and all the different people.
Yeah.
Which were Jakes, and named that place Africa. I was like, wow.
Yep.
And where did we learn that first?
Yep. That's right.
That's right, bro. That's right.
You see that?
Huh?
People don't know that part.
Right.
You call yourself Caribbean, what the fuck is that?
Right.
What is that?
And what is that?
What is Caribbean?
Yeah, what is that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Seriously. West Indian, yeah.
Huh?
Call yourself Haitian, what is that? That's, it doesn't exist.
Right.
Division, then you have everybody from the tribe of Benjamin, the Caribbean have their own different flags. And that's part of the colonizing flag. You know? You got Jake from Belize with an accent. That's Benjamin and shit. They don't like it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So the Lord is gathering the elect out of all that, man.
That's right, bro.
So we're one people, we're cousins.
Yeah, bro.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that shit is over.
Yeah. It's good to say they made lies.
You're right.
Refuge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all of those names, those are lies. That's not who we are.
Exactly.
You know, that's why Jake they look at each other and think they different people.
Yeah.
In reality, we one nation, man.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said put them on one stick.
Yeah.
That's right.
Stick together the elect.
You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? For the small remnant, man. Because we understand the majority of our people, they're not on this frequency.
Wavelength, yep.
They're not going to come together. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if they do come together, it's not going to be in the spirit of the Lord, man. You know? Bring that out real quick.
This is the book of Isaiah 28. It started at 15. It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death.
Just like the brother read earlier, during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, them wicked ass niggas, they made a covenant with the heathen. Okay? It's just like now today, our people are still making a covenant with this damn devil, man. Okay? So you making a covenant with death, man. Okay? You sell your people to death, man. And you perpetuate that behavior where it becomes a fucking cycle, man. You know? But like we said, it's really for you wicked ass niggas, man. Because the elect is not going to be involved in all that, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
That's right.
We have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement.
Right, and when you look at these, a lot of these artists, the contracts, the contracts they be signing, it's crazy, bro. You know, and they got documentaries showing like decades how this music industry been fucking these artists over, man. You know, to where a lot of these artists, they be doing things behind the scenes that get them put to death. You know, them trying to get they publishing, they royalties and all that.
Right.
You know, and they don't understand because some of them do. That's how dangerous these motherfuckers that run these record labels are, man. Because they got fucking hitmen and all type of motherfuckers on their payroll to take these motherfuckers out, man.
Yeah, that's what they said recently happened to Angie Stone. She was on video complaining about her music and how she wasn't getting paid properly and stuff like that. Next thing you know, she pops up dead. Everybody else that came out survived in the van. She was the only one that died. And the fucking van rolled over. It was a fucked up scene. But she was the only one that died in there.
Yep.
Things that, you know, it's mysterious type shit, man.
Yep. Yep. It's no coincidence, man. How you got all these artists for decades, all these, especially these big time artists, they just wind up dead. You know what I'm saying? All especially when it's always over the publishing, man. You know, that ain't no coincidence because that's what happens when you make a covenant with this damn devil, man.
Yeah.
You're making a covenant with death. You're selling your soul, man. For what? You know, what that nigga Kanye West said.
I sold my soul for a happy meal. Right. I mean, it was a crappy deal, but at least it came with a few toys like a happy meal.
Right.
Idiot.
You know?
Idiot.
Right.
And his last album was trash, man.
All this shit now is trash.
Shit, bull now.
That nigga's weirdo. Well, last time that Jake came up, we was out there. Sherman Oaks, they wasn't like incorporating Kanye West and what was name. Fuck them niggas.
Yeah, oh yeah, Kyrie Irving and all that.
Kyrie Irving. You gotta deal with half.
Right.
Definitely rich and famous in the world.
Right. Yeah.
But look at Kanye West chick, you gotta walk around with big ass titties. Titties always out.
Yeah.
Like that bitch always naked. Like, what the fuck is that, man?
Right. That shit was sick.
Some sick shit, man. Fuck.
Yeah, bro.
You think his mother's happy? He sacrificed her for that?
Right. Right. Right, bro.
I don't know, like father and like mother, man. I went out the door. So when you become into masonry and all that stuff, you gotta go against the laws of the Most High.
Yeah.
You gotta make oaths and all that against the YakalBA4GreatMillStone.
Yep.
That's the covenant unto death.
Yeah, bro. Mercy.
Yeah, you sign your life away, blood oaths and all that sacrifices until you die.
Yeah, bro.
Yep, it's a covenant with death.
Yeah, you see the confidence, man. You can see, like, when you look at that dude was fucking bugged the fuck out. Man.
Yeah.
You know, then he had that little rant on Twitter where he's talking about he sucked his cousin off. Or whatever.
Yeah, man.
You know,
For
that,
years,
so
bro.
To show you that you know, that's what happens. That scene in Sinners, it was a scene, even though I was trying to watch that fucked up cop. One of the scenes, the father told the son, like, keep dancing with the devil, one day he gonna follow you home. You know what I'm saying? Because he was telling his son that, because, you know, back then Jake was doing that gospel music. You know, they were supposed to, they think that was singing about the Lord. And he started going to the secular music, you know, like the blues and all that. He said, yeah, but see, what y'all talking about, you talking about sinning. You know? And that's the same thing today with this music. Because when you hear Jake, in the music, you hear the lyrics, what they talking about? They talking about sin. Murder, and they are. Who's they are? They own people. You know, people that look just like them, man. You know, because if you rap about doing that to Esau, you ain't gonna, your shit ain't gonna see the light, man. You know?
Right. So going back, Isaiah 28:15. Because you have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement.
Yeah,
When the overflow,
hell is condition.
Yeah, bro.
Like means on Esau being in rulership, people get fucked over. They're there, and then they get down with the old satanic practices, human trafficking, pedophilia, adrenochrome.
Right.
Damn.
God dang,
Yeah,
they
that's
down
why-
with that shit.
yeah, that's why you got the so-called Epstein list, right?
Yeah.
It's a whole big-ass list just full of celebrities, man.
Yep.
Yes.
All type of famous Jakes, people that you people in the world have put on a pedestal, looked up to, they are so-called idols or whatever, movie stars, rappers, presidents, politicians. They all on that so-called Epstein list, man.
Wow.
They've been to a certain area in the world where they get to go on this so-called secluded island, all right, and freak off with children, perform satanic rituals.
Wild.
Right, bro.
Torture children and drink their blood. Wild.
Yeah, bro.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Yup.
This shit is a death, man. It's crazy.
That's right,
But
bro.
we understand these things must be because it's coming out. The Esau needs that blood. He needs those organs. So, you know, that's how that's how basic is.
Yeah, right.
He's a fucking parasite. He's a vampire.
Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's why the Lord created certain souls that's born in vain. He's torturous things, man. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro.
It makes perfect sense. So he going back to count your blessings.
Yeah, bro.
It's fucked up, but I ain't that fucked up.
Right. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
Different levels of hell, man.
Yeah, bro. That's what they gotta deal with in that world.
Yeah.
You know,
They gotta deal with this kind of hell.
Right, bro. You know, sacrificing family members, but
Bestiality.
yeah.
You gotta murder a baby, man. You gotta murder children. You gotta murder a baby, man. Freak off with a baby. Niggas are not right.
Yeah, that's the same spirits that got taken over. In ancient days, I think the Book of Kings. Worshiping Molech and all that stuff. Probably, sacrificing children. Molech. Some same spirits when Jake started going off.
Yep. That's right, bro.
Give over to some different gods.
That's right.
Jeroboam, and even, King Solomon started going left.
Yep. Yeah, see, that's why the Lord gave us laws, statutes, commandments. That's what separated us from these heathens, man. Because the heathens was, that's the way of the heathen, man.
Yeah.
You know? That shit is
Very
very,
like from Canaanites.
yeah.
Hamites.
Yep. Yep. Very
Egyptians. Because when we came out of Egypt, the Lord gave us those laws because the Egyptians, certain laws told you, laws of morality, not to see what your appearance, things of that nature. Because the Egyptians, we been doing that, man.
yeah.
The Hamites.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
They father's woman. There's some laws there, like,
Yeah.
straight out of Egypt. The Lord gave us the laws and commandments.
Yeah, bro.
Man, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That was civilized, you know?
Straight out of Egypt, man. The Lord gave us the laws and the commandments.
Right.
To be civilized.
Yeah, bro. Right.
And you had to recite it twice.
Yeah.
You had to do it twice. That's what Deuteronomy, if we do means the second book of the law. They have to basically recite it again because of all them other jakes that ended up dying off after being out there for 40 years. All the younger ones that stayed around, they had to get it recited again before they entered into pretty much when they got into the land. You know?
Serious ordeal.
It's being recited now again. You know what I'm saying? Because the ways of the Lord are forever, man. Okay, all eternity. In the kingdom, we're going to be perfect. But these other nations, they don't have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments as well, man.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
right.
The whole thing. After this, right back. Whole shit with Cardi B, man, football player. How the hell is you doing? This nigga, I think he's like 60 mil. You got to deal with Cardi B. Something satanic going on. To go to that, like, that would make no sense. Never heard this nigga in my life. All of a sudden now he's with Cardi B. His name is out there. This is a type of ritual. Like, you couldn't get another bitch. That's what they do.
Yeah, he slept with her while she was pregnant, bro. That's him.
What I'm saying. Like, this shit's crazy. So, you think it's evil, man.
Yeah.
That's part of our lifestyle. Yo, everything you say, man, the dude that's handsome and built, like, you have no blemishes, they have a lot of demons, man.
Yeah.
Absalom, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's right, brother.
Handsome ass niggas, no flaw. Them niggas is demons, bro. They do a lot of demonic shit.
Yeah.
That shit is real, man. I'm happy for my flaws, man. Shit. Perfect looking niggas, man. Niggas demonic, bro.
Humility, you know what I'm saying? Because you got that, like the brother said, you ain't got no
women deal with that, bro. Finance, beautiful exterior, they're demonic as fuck. They fucked up in the head.
They are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They ain't even for the bills. Hell nah, man. This nigga, something going on with this nigga, man.
They gotta be perfect, like you were saying, all the people. They gotta make sure their hair is done right and stuff. You might be pretty boys. They gotta make sure they got their curls popping.
That's the vibe I get off that nigga, man. That nigga, man. There's something up with this nigga.
I hate pretty boys fucking
I hate them niggas,
like
man.
in high school, they was like a football team. I hate a pretty boy,
I
man.
hate them niggas.
They was all fucking self-centered and all
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm with my ugly friends, man.
They make sure the detail was perfect.
Yeah, everything got a match
They
and
make
all
sure
that
the cleat
shit.
was like all tie on, nice and deep. Like this is you about to just
Feminist, man.
about to play football, man.
That's what I'm saying, man.
then they wearing crop top shirts, they don't be picking out.
Yeah, man. Hey.
Yeah. Back in Isaiah 28:15, it says, with hell are we at agreement, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
And that's they actually believe that, man. They sign these contracts.
Yeah.
Become billionaires, multi-millionaires. Nothing's gonna happen to them, man. That's a damn lie.
Escape.
You ain't escaping these curses, man. There's one particular group got these women think they can escape these curses. You can't. All you can do is do the best you can for your husband.
Right.
You're not formulating no group and all that shit.
Yeah.
You can't. You gotta deal with them thoughts, man. Yeah?
It's like those fraternities and sororities. They really believe because they become a part of those things that they're gonna be shielded from the judgment that's gonna come, and they're not. You're not gonna be shielded from that scourge, man. Okay, because like it says in the Bible, man, you're gonna be tormented, man. Okay, but those that have loathed my law while they had liberty shall dwell in torments, man. You're gonna be tormented. Lord gonna make you feel that pain, man. Okay, I'm talking about you rebellious ass Israelites, man. Okay, especially those of you that know that you're Israelites and you out here leading people astray. Okay, you're gonna be beaten with many more stripes.
Yep. That's right.
Right?
It says, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge.
Yep. All that shit, like we were saying, all the so-called these cultures that Esau that brainwashed you with, that's what you made lies your refuge. Even in that Christianity nonsense, man. Plantation Christianity, man. Okay? All those things are going to be to your shame, like you read, like Brother read earlier in Isaiah. It's going to be to your shame, man. They trust in the shadow of Egypt. Okay? That's the history of our people here in Babylon. It's all a much greatness as Jake has done in this society. A lot of it is dark, man. You know, the oppression of our people. That's the main portion that we've dealt with in this society, man. It's being oppressed, man. This has been a bitter experience for us, man. You know.
A little bit more. It says, "For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves."
Yeah, falsehood, man. You know, and you hide yourself in that shit, man. You know, right?
Yeah.
You know, Jake.
I think they say, the dudes say that Kobe Bryant sold out, made a place in Lima, society, some shit like that. Some satanic shit. So,
Yeah, bro.
you know, under the bootleg and all that crap. They lies your refuge, man.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, Jake brag about that shit, man.
Yeah, I remember this dude, Shaq had that big ass Masonic ring.
Yeah.
National TV. They're not worried about Shaq, big ass, man. They worry about the profits.
Right.
They got that nigga, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. They ain't worried about you Mason niggas, man.
Right, bro.
Shaq might be UK Ultra. Yeah, remember there was a whole bunch of niggas, they were showing a compilation, but they'll just freeze. They'll be right there, sitting down, doing
They
the...
probably got that Neuralink in their ass, man.
Yeah.
Probably do, bro. Yep.
They already got him chipped up.
Yeah, something's up with them niggas.
Yeah, bro. They already chipped up, man. I believe.
Now with the system.
Yeah. Now on the beast.
And that's like what Morpheus told Neo in the Matrix, man. You know, everybody's a potential agent.
Yeah. That's what it is.
That shit is real, man.
Yeah, bro.
As the layers, depths of the layers exposed, like, man,
Yeah, bro.
nobody, man.
Yeah, bro.
We got the spirit of the Lord in us.
Yeah, the discernment.
Yeah.
Because Esau got agents. There's agents out here everywhere, man. They're you know, agent provocateurs. That's why you got demons that try to provoke you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jim, you
Yeah, bro.
man.
It's not
Fuck
just
you in my way,
motherfuckers
man.
It's not just motherfuckers that go to protests and rallies. These motherfuckers in your neighborhood,
Yup.
they at your job.
Yup.
Okay,
They on the freeway with
right.
you.
You know,
trying to kill your ass.
they all over the fucking place, man. You know,
The hospital. You know? know, at the hospital trying to help you fall asleep. Yeah. Take your seeds out, take you out.
Yep.
You know? No, that's why I want the blood brothers that got, you know, got stabbed a couple weeks ago. They trying to give the brother a blood transfusion. Not knowing how dangerous it is. And it was beautiful. The Holy Spirit stepped in to where I got the phone call from the beloved Apostle Kyle. So I went to that beloved Apostle, Brother Shahar, Dallas. I was explaining to them what happened. And I told him about the blood transfusion. Immediately, hey, brother, make sure you tell that brother, do not do that. He emphasized, I'll be no problem. As soon as I got off the phone, I called that brother. Hey, bro, they trying to make you a blood transfusion. Yeah, I said, don't do that shit. Apostle Kyle said, yo, they're trying to kill that brother. I said, okay, no problem. Lo and behold, they was trying to give that brother a blood transfusion. He had to sign the paperwork not to do it.
Yeah. You know what else? You don't know what else he could have been put in that.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yep.
That's the point.
HIV and all that shit.
Yeah, so they trying to cut the brother, they ain't work. Get him for the blood transfusion. See that, man? It's a serious ordeal.
You could easily rebuild your red blood cells.
That's what he was saying.
Green juice and beet juice.
Exactly. That's what the elder was saying. The brother lost a lot of blood. But they hit, and then when it hit a vein, he probably would have bled out. You know, that right there on the spot. The good thing, Jake that was working with him was an ex-Marine. He applied a tourniquet to stop the bleeding. That's what a tourniquet does, to stop the bleeding. The brother wasn't there, it was Jake. The brother would have passed away. Because even though he hit an artery, that's why it's an artery, he hit a tissue. You know what I'm saying? He could bleed out a lot. All praise to y'all about Shemel Shah. Brothers, it's how serious this is, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy how he said the Jake that was started working there, man. Prime Marine that was I think he was dealing with some guys that deal with the medical aspect, but they out there with the grunts. What they call them again, bro? You remember?
Not the medics.
They got a special name for him. That's what his job was. Yeah, like a field medic.
Hospital corner?
No, not a corpsman. It's like a field something.
Like a field medic.
Yeah, they out there with the soldiers, the grunts, to patch you up just like that.
Yeah, my cousin did.
Yeah. They got the hospital, they got the ones that be in the field.
Yeah, that's perfect timing.
Yeah. See that, man? The Lord got us, man.
Yeah, bro. That's right.
Shit is real, man, 100%. But the beautiful part is the Lord about to destroy this shit.
That's right. That's right. That's right, bro.
So if you don't have this light, this hope, and you out there trying to, you know what I'm saying, so-called do the right thing, you're not going to get nowhere, man.
Yeah.
Because these devils, these demons are everywhere.
Yep, that's right.
They're everywhere, man.
That's right, bro. There's a lot of celebrities too that never, made it to the, the high level. They even some of them are they go into how they wasn't willing to do certain things to compromise their integrity and compromise their sexuality. Because they'll speak about certain things. Yeah, I could have been in this movie, but I could have got this role, but I wasn't willing to go through certain things. So that's why my career never took off like I wanted it to. Because all that wickedness, man.
All that one you talk about how old white man called Lucas, he left and he was made.
Yeah.
But he does look kind of creep though.
Right.
I think it was willing to stay to, get that role in Fast and Furious. That's how they got that big ass contract.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. A lot of the cast have big contracts for the Fast and Furious. They're making a lot of bread off of that. All those movies, they're making a lot of bread, man.
Yeah, they made like fucking 10 of them.
Yeah. And it's still the continuation for part 2 of the last one that's coming out. They're making millions just because they signed a used contract.
Like they at 55 and free, and people that provoke me to anger continually to my face that sacrifices their guardians and burning incense upon an altar of brick.
Yep, that's what they did in the ancient times. They go under those groves and sacrifice unto idols, thinking everything they doing is in secret, but the Lord is up low. And can see everything, man.
Yep.
You know, the lies of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
That's right.
You know, and that's what they do today in these churches, man. Okay, because all those you know, praying at Jesus Christ, that's an idol, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
But what are these celebrities sacrificing to what? That dollar bill, man.
Yep.
Remember that opening scene of Belly?
Yeah.
He had that satanic star with the candles, and he put the dollar right there, man. He sold his soul for that bread, man.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. For the love of money.
For the love of money, yup.
Yep. Right.
Yeah, Leviticus 18.
Yeah, man. And that's what they have out here in Sonoma County, a big ass owl.
Yeah.
Representation of Moloch.
Yep.
Going back to the Canaanites. So our people was doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, this is a law. So this is Leviticus 18 and 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech.
Yeah, sacrificing your children.
Yeah.
And they do that today. What? Planned Parenthood.
Yeah. That's right, brother.
Yep. Yep.
So you type in M-O-L-O-C-H.
Molech.
Type in M-O-L-O-C-H. There's one in Amos as well.
I got it.
Yeah.
Read it.
Yeah, go
This
ahead.
is Amos chapter 5 and 26. But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and Chiun, your images,
Yeah, those are idols.
the star of your God,
Yep.
which ye made to yourselves.
Star Riffraff. Yep, Star Riffraff. That's the, what is it?
6 started.
Yeah.
6 star, yeah.
Pentagram, right?
Yep.
No, it's a 6. It's a
Hexagram.
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 Water, yeah. But they use that Baphomet ritual and all that.
Yeah. Yep.
It's right there.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah. Hollywood star too.
Yeah, that's it.
What do you call it? The Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
Walk of Shame. That's where they put their hands. They do that shit when they give somebody a star.
Yeah, you know the star is tilted.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think there's a verse above that give you a little bit more detail. Or beneath that. Listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amos 5 and I'll start at 25. It says, have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings?
Going back to what the brothers brought out.
Yeah.
Because in ancient days, you had to give up those sacrifices, the sheep, the goats, and all that stuff. There was no human sacrifices.
Right.
Right? Right? The ultimate sacrifice was through who? Yahweh
Shot. That's
That
right.
was the ultimate.
Yep.
And that started with what? Abraham.
Yeah. That's
You know what
right,
I'm saying?
brother.
That was a test. Things to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the only human sacrifice the Lord required. That was his only begotten son. So that's part of our culture. Yahweh Shai. They had another brother named Jephthah.
Jephthah,
Made that
yeah.
oath, made that vow.
His daughter.
And the sacrifice thing was his daughter and his niece.
Yeah.
It was righteous. It was in righteousness. They do it in wickedness.
Right.
You get power and all kinds of shit. Demons. Right?
Yeah, it says, have you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch.
Yeah, those are the sacrifices that was given up. Demonic deities. He was starting to go off, starting to go left.
Yeah.
So there ain't nothing new need to say. Everything is in the scriptures, man. The Holy Spirit is with you.
That's right, brother.
Yep, it says, and Chiun, your images, the star of your God,
Yeah, Star of Riffraff.
which
Back
ye
in the days, the Israelites, we thought that was the shield of David. The Spirit out there about 11 Apostle Paul. Like, nah, that's a hexagram, man.
Yeah,
Just
that's-
be wearing that.
that's the symbol that the small hatters have on their flag.
Yeah, yep. Yep.
Be wearing it, right?
Yeah. It says, the star of your God, which ye made to yourselves. Therefore will I cause you to go into captivity beyond Damascus, said the Lord, whose name is the power of hosts. And it reiterates that in the 4th chapter. The reason why we went into captivity, we were breaking it down, is because we sacrificed unto devils.
Yep. That's right. That's the reason why the Lord charged, had Joshua tell the people, say, hey, man, when we go into these land, kill off all them Hamites, man.
Yeah.
Kill every last one of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because he
The
knew.
idols be a snare of
Yeah, there you go.
That's why the Lord has the the Lord raises up the prophet, said, man, go make your face hard against their face, man. Because you know, Jake gonna be rebellious, you know. Because Jake, you know, they especially northern tribes, they attach to those idols. Yeah, see, that asshole gonna be destroyed, man.
That's right.
You know? That's exactly what we're talking about. That's that rebellious ass time.
Yeah.
Even to this day.
To this day.
To this day. You know, they still rebellious, man.
Yeah.
You know, just gonna drive by and yell that shit out, man.
What the hell is going on?
He put a middle finger and say, fuck nigger.
See, that's what I'm saying. They
Slap
ain't
the
got
shit out of him. It was a different tune.
You ain't gonna drive by no police precinct.
Yeah.
A bunch of Edomite cops and do that shit, man.
He ain't gonna walk by and do that.
You ain't gonna walk by.
Yeah. That's why he's in the car.
Shit, we might catch your ass at the liquor store. Bitch ass little faggot ass Northern Kingdom.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Put me the bird in my face. Right in my face. I'll smack the shit out you.
That's right, brother.
I hate that. That shit is weird.
That's
Fuck
coward.
that shit, man.
That's right.
These motherfuckers these weirdos, man.
Weirdos.
That's why deletion is needed, man.
Bring it out. Right. Now, what's more to the scriptures.
Right.
Brothers have testimonies to deal with you.
Yeah.
It is justifiable.
Yep.
Right. Right. Right.
That's why we put curses on you, man.
That's right.
We put curses on you, man. We'd much rather do that than get carnal. We gonna put curses on you, and the Lord can do something worse.
That's right.
Motherfucker died in a Tesla. Burning alive. Help me, man.
I can't help you, bro.
Hey, bro.
He dead and he traumatized.
Yep.
See?
That's right.
So you have to understand, like, man.
That's very that's exactly
Ain't nobody gonna be able to help you. They said it. Who's gonna deliver you out of my hand? Right.
I know you can hear it.
I mean, that's going on. This is real crazy out here. You know, but that's spiritual. Because the shit that's coming down your way ain't nothing gonna prevent it coming towards you, man. You don't have no head. You don't have the hedge of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? So you gonna be all open to all this shit out here, man. All these evils that the Lord has coming on this society, man. Okay? Because that's geared towards you. Okay? You wicked ass Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
Go ahead, bro. Yep. Back in Isaiah 55:4, which remained among the grave and lodged in the monument which eat swine flesh.
Right, eating up all these abominations for these so-called wicked ass holidays, man.
They're not even holidays. They eat that shit on the
Right, yeah, but you know they go extra hard when you know these fucking holidays come in, man.
Right.
You know, because they think they praying to the Lord. You know, when they sit at the table and they do Jake do those prayers and whatnot. You praying you ain't praying to the Lord, the true Lord, man, the true power, the true God of the heaven and earth, man. You're doing that to Satan, the devil. Okay? And the Lord, he tells you in that name, he despises your feast days, man.
Yeah.
All these days that you install as if the Lord is with these days, man.
Yeah.
Okay? And you learn all that from the oppressor, man.
Yeah, goddamn, like Thanksgiving.
Right.
There ain't no reason why none of you Northern Kingdomers should be celebrating things, even the South, but especially you Northern Kingdomers, man. That's literally based off of the slaughter of your people. Y'all fucking reprobates, man.
Get out the car. Get out the car, you bitch. Get out the car, you faggot.
You get ran over.
And your mother too.
Yeah. Hey, that's the spirit. That's what we was talking about earlier. See, that's why ICE don't get your motherfucker.
That's right.
They gonna get caught up in something.
Yeah.
That's the kids, man.
Yeah.
It ain't nobody.
Smack the shit out there.
Yeah, they need to get slapped up, man.
I'll pull my belt out.
They get high as hell.
Yeah, they high up the balloon.
Still want to slap the shit out of them. I'll smack the shit out of them.
Hey, the Lord said, slay utterly old
And young.
both maids kids and little children, man. You think the elected they get their power, we ain't gonna be getting little teenagers and shit?
Elijah.
Yeah, still gonna smack the shit out.
Shit out there, boy.
Smack the shit out. They will stop that shit after they get smacked. Trust me.
Whatever fit the block,
He's marked. Yeah.
Twice. You double marked. Your car might blow up, man.
It might get lit up by the Johnny. You know, man.
Yep.
It's a black.
Call it a raid.
Man.
I just invade your fucking apartment complexes, and your ass get caught up.
Yeah, we got the hotline number, man.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, man.
It's not a game out here like this.
2 G's ahead, bro.
Very serious time.
Who they learn?
Girls get $4,000 worth of tights.
Who they learn that from? They learned that from Esau, man.
Yeah, their household,
Yo.
they parents be doing that.
Yeah.
That's the mindset that they take on when they come to this society, because they look at Esau as that's the standard. That's how we got to be in order to be so-called successful, man.
Not knowing a damn thing about this land,
Right.
this culture, the laws. Hey, that's Babylon for you.
Yeah.
Dumbass people.
Man.
With the man among the grave and logged in the monument with each swine flesh and rob abominable thing is in their vessels. Got their own noodle. They got swine and that shit.
Yup.
Yeah.
They shrimp too. I forget what they call it.
Cameron.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup. So they apply all the tribes, man. Okay, so the Heavenly Father is continually angry with your tribes, man. Okay, that's why that's why we're in the predicament that we're in right now. You know, because of this same rebelliousness that from the ancient time to now. You know, they got heavy demons.
They might crash, bro. I smell it, bro. They're gonna crash, bro. I'd be wrong if I threw this fucking can at him, but it's whatever, man. I want to fuck his ass up, man. That's what I want to do, bro.
Hey, everybody down, come not here to me. Amen. Amen. You gonna cry.
Go cry in the car, man.
You from a group home, Timmy?
Booty touch.
Fuck you, Timmy.
My black guys at the school. That's what it is. Them young niggas be rolling up on their ass.
Yeah, they hate him.
We got your plates, man. I'm calling ice.
Right on there.
Fuck you, too.
To the curb. That's all he about to hit the curb. Fucking the sisters.
Huh?
Yeah.
Shit, I probably did. You know what I'm saying? You're probably mad at me. That's right.
Do it, man. Fuck niggers. Down, man.
I dare you, dude. I dare you,
You
bro.
know they're recording it.
Yeah.
They're recording it, trying to get some likes on it.
Yeah.
When they stand by thyself, come not there to me, for I am holier than thou.
Yeah, that's the Christian niggas, type niggas, man. Holier than thou. But here it is, you eating all sorts of abominations, right? You worshiping idols. And you sitting up there thinking that the Lord is with you, man. The Lord is not with you, man. You've been deceived. You're in a trick bag.
Yeah.
Okay? Just like them assholes, you know, they in the trick bag.
Yeah, thank you. Barbershop, son. Bless you.
Yeah, hey, that's beautiful, man. They just, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That
She got braces.
That's what we was talking about earlier.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's spirit. That's the spirit, man.
Yeah, because there's two sides, man. You know, it's not always, you know, Issachar.
Right.
When they pieces,
That's
when
wild.
they pieces of shit, they're pieces of shit, man.
Yeah.
But when they cool as fuck, man, you run into them ones,
Yeah,
they
bro.
cool as a motherfucking cucumber, man.
Yeah.
They embrace the South, man.
Assholes in all the tribes. Trumps in all the tribes.
You get fucked up, man.
It's crazy how Southern California can deal with that tension. It's heavy. It's heavy in Southern California. It's bad. The Lord cleared all that up. Well, it's still there, but it's not as bad as it used to be.
Man, that was beautiful right there, bro.
Yeah.
You know we got cussed at, and now we got a blessing. See what I mean?
Most high is
Beautiful, bro.
She's
Yeah, the Lord's gonna heal her, man. The Lord's gonna heal her.
Even the outside world, people thought who the aggressor was, who the one that was calm.
We were just having fun. We were just having fun, bro.
You know, like, it's okay.
Yeah, man, I was serious on that too, bro. I was fuck.
Lick back.
I'll take my belt off.
That's what the word was.
We'll take my belt.
These demons, they can't handle when that truth come out. That's why that's why they had to keep splitting the word cutting their ass.
That's right.
They got cut in their spirit. You know? Yeah, bro.
Keep that energy if your little ass is around in that day. When your house shots show up, man. Let him the bird. Call him the N-word.
Verse 5. Which they stand by themselves, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou.
Yeah, and that's our people. That's the mind frame that they have, man. You know, 'cause they have all these channels. I remember back in the day, BET, Jake brought your BET on Sunday best. You know, niggas go to church to try to outdress each other. You know, who got the best suit on? You know, ain't nobody learning that goddamn thing, man. You know, they gonna go home and still throw that pork chop on the damn skillet. You know, Jake still gonna go out there and commit adultery, you know, not knowing the goddamn thing, man. Still lost in the sauce, man. You know, and that's the state that you know, Esau wants our people. Man. That's why they have these gatekeepers to keep our people in that supplied state. You know, vote or die. You know, they still talking about this voting shit, man. Like what? That's not going to solve your problems, man. Okay, if marching and protesting didn't solve it,
Right, man.
right?
Are you gonna die?
Right.
Die by what?
What? Right. Why did he?
Right. You know, all this nonsense, man. You know, that has no profit done to us, man.
All right, man. That's it, man.
Yeah, the you northern kingdomers.
All right.
Don't worry about that shit, man.
Nah, I'm cool, man.
Man, keep teaching.
Go ahead.
They stand by themselves, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. These are a smoke in my nose.
Right. This is a smoke in the Lord's nose. It's an offense. This is what pisses the Lord off, man. About you tribes, man. That's why the brother brought that scripture about that hypocritical nation. Like, you a bunch of
Nah, that ain't nothing.
hypocrites.
Oh, that ain't nothing. Yeah, that's an older Jake. I can see. I got a 2020.
Same Ultima, though. Same color. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Patrick,
Yeah, my vision is pretty on point. Yeah, nah, you good. It look like it's a male and a female.
Yeah.
they were driving the messed up new sound.
Nah, you good? Nah, hey, brother, you on point.
On point, bro.
Watch it, watch it, drink the word.
These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burns all the day.
Right. That's what pisses the Lord off, man. That's why that brother brought that scripture out, that hypocritical nation, because you a bunch of goddamn hypocrites.
Yep.
Man. That's why our Lord Yahweh cussed off the wicked scribes and Pharisees, being a bunch of goddamn hypocrites, man. You know, and our people are still in that mind frame to this very day. You know, that's why when all these things happen unto them, it's gonna be like a thief in the night. It's gonna catch them off guard, it's gonna catch them unawares. They're not expecting They don't expect the Lord to judge their ass all the wickedness that they've been perpetuating out there, man. Because when they go to these churches, they told them both sides all about love, man. Okay? You do anything, the Lord's going to forgive you. As long as you go to church, you pay your tithes, everything will be cool. You know? We come in here to tell you, like, that ain't the case, man. You don't repent, turn back to who you are, wherever respective tribe that you're from, you don't come back to this truth. The Lord gonna destroy you, man.
Right.
Okay, there's no other path, there's no other way to this word, man, which is Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? You can't get to the Father without Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
Okay? So you can stay, the idiots that was dropping by, that's cool. That ain't nothing. You know? But when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna remember the man out there that you were mocking, all that shit you were saying, you're gonna be ashamed.
That's right.
You know?
Yep. Well, behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silent, but will recompense, even recompense into their bosom.
That's right. And that's silent. They're keeping that silence through the Lord's men. Okay? Through the prophets. Because now the Lord is speaking through his men. He's letting you know all this shit that you've been doing, guess what? There's a judgment coming. Okay? You have accumulated all these wicked ass acts, and now therefore all these judgments are going to come upon your ass, man.
That's right.
Okay?
Damn right.
You know? Because there's a limit, man. The Lord is fed up. You think we fed up? The Lord is fed up, man. Okay? Because the Lord told us that y'all wasn't going to listen, man.
Right.
He said they won't listen to me. So what make you think they're going to listen to you?
Tell them anyway.
Well, tell them anyway, so the blood is off your hands. That's Ezekiel 33.
That's right. Yeah, the Lord said he's not gonna, he's not gonna hold silence anymore.
Yeah, bro.
He gonna let loose, man. You gonna see the real king of terrorists.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. The playtime is over, man. You know, we've been here in this society. Man, you run walk up and down these streets all day playing.
Yeah.
Most I ain't playing, man. Lord ain't playing with you niggas, man.
That's right.
Okay? Shit, when all hell breaks, when your loved ones get stripped from you, okay? When you start seeing death in mass numbers, you know, all that game playing gonna come, it's gonna cease.
Ezekiel 3. All right. This shit right here. This is Ezekiel 33. I'm going to start at 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him as their watchman.
That's us. We're those spiritual watchmen. Okay? Watching for that sword, that destruction. Go ahead.
If when he seeth the sword upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
Right, which is spiritually speaking about us coming out here and warning you, man. Telling you what's coming, getting ready to happen, and let you know if you don't repent, you don't change your ways, that sword is gonna come upon you.
That's right. That's right.
It says, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning.
Right, that's the rebellious ass tribes, man. All 12 tribes. Okay? The rebellious ass Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Go ahead.
If the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
Right, your blood gonna be upon you. Because we came out here, the spirit power, YakalBA4GreatMillStone. We warned you, we told you the evils that's coming. Okay, the things that you have to do in order, you know, to intentionally avoid these things, which is turning back to the Lord, man. Okay, repenting. Okay, come out of that mindset of being a so-called black man or black woman, a so-called Mexican man, Mexican woman, so-called Puerto Rican man, Puerto Rican woman, so on and so forth, man. Okay, come out of that that should keep you captive in your mind, man.
Right.
You know, that's why I said, they shall know the truth.
shall make you free.
Right.
And the quote he said that they're not going to listen to me is in Ezekiel 3. That's what I was talking about.
Okay. It says, verse 5, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Right, that's the elect. Right. Okay. You know, that's the man that hear this word and registers. They become doers of the word to the very end.
That's right. That's right.
And Lord willing, we be those people. You know, as the scripture say, many are called, but few are chosen. Yo, that's what you said.
Oh, yeah. What I said earlier,
Yep.
they're not going to hearken unto you, but they hearken unto me.
Yep.
That's in Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel and speak with my words.
Yeah.
Unto them. We coming out the scriptures, man.
Right,
That's right.
bro.
That's right,
Yep.
brother.
All right, we're not coming out our vain heart.
That's right.
But thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech
Right.
and of a hard language.
Right, like how you were saying earlier, like how, you know, they look at it, you know, brothers may say certain demonic words, whatever. But we talking just like how our people talk.
Right.
We come in a way that you can understand, man.
Mhm.
We're not coming out here speaking old no Shakespearean way.
Cantonese.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
You know? Go ahead.
All right. But to the house of Israel, not to many people of a strange speech, and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand.
Right.
Surely they're not speaking on Hamitic
Right.
languages. You know, we got Israelites.
Right.
Right over there. Israel, to the United States, man, it's being able to understand.
Right.
Right? Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel would not hearken unto thee. But they will not hearken unto me.
That's
There you
right.
go.
See that? And that's the issue with all 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Rebelliousness, man. Not hearkening unto the voice of the Lord, man. And see, this is our kryptonite, man. This is what fucks us up every single time, man. But not being obedient unto the ways of the Lord, man. Not doing what the Lord told us to do, man. And we see the results, man. We see the results throughout all these different generations and captivities Jake have been in, man. Constantly going on. You know, when you read the book of Judges, you see that. Jake constantly going on, going in and out of captivity. The Lord had to raise up saviors in their times, man. You know, because Jake fucking rebellious.
For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted, but the hard-headed.
Yep.
Stubborn ass.
Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces.
Right, the Lord didn't give us that spirit of fear.
That's right.
That's because this is all of, it's not of us, this is of the Lord, man. This is of the Lord that we're able to come out here and speak how we speak, man. It's like, I can't even see myself doing this fucking 15, 16 years ago, man. You know, naturally I'm a quiet dude. You know, I can't see myself speaking in front of a whole bunch of people like this, man. This is of the Lord, man. Okay, this is the spirit, that the spirit of Moses is of YakalBA4GreatMillStone. Right, go ahead.
Right. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces,
Yep.
and thy forehead strong against their foreheads.
Right, because that's how our people are, man. You know, Jake is hard, man. Hard-headed, too. You know, that's why they got these hard looks on their face, man. That's why they, even though they were youngsters, they flipping us off and all that, you know. That's the people that we got to go out and speak unto, man. Oh, boy.
As an adamant, harder than flint, have I made thy forehead.
Stone.
That's right. That's right.
That's why the Lord said He's gonna take that stony heart from us, man. You know, that's why we gonna be perfect. We ain't gonna know. We ain't gonna sin anymore, man. We don't have to come out and teach our people to know the Lord, man. That's the kingdom, you know.
Right. Be dismayed at their looks.
Right. That's the point. Don't fear them, because ultimately, who's in control? The Lord is in control, man. You know, the Lord. Hey, man's born of the Lord, having a man understand his own way. The Lord had them do that to mark them themselves.
That's right.
You know, they thinking that in their mind, oh, let's go fuck with him. You know, and the Lord allowed them to do it to mark their ass, man. You know, because when all hell breaks loose, I guarantee you those guys, when all that shit they was doing, when all hell breaks loose, they gonna be shitting in their pants, man. You know, when Esau started coming down hard. This is Spirit 144.
That's right.
When the Lord started coming down on these motherfuckers, that's when all these things, it don't make sense now, but it's gonna make sense like a motherfucker when all hell breaks loose and start hitting home.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Let it be dismayed at their looks. Let it be a rebellious house.
A rebellious house, a rebellious ass people, man. Okay? And that's why the words, it sound repetitive. It gotta be repetitive.
That's right.
Because you motherfuckers just don't get it, man. You know? The Lord gotta tell you the same thing over and over. It's like when a parent tell their child, he said, I'm gonna tell you one more time, one last time. Touch that shit, I'm gonna fuck you up. You know? When the child don't listen, what happens? They get their ass whooped. You know?
Oh, consider to me, consider men all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive with thy heart in your mind, and hear with thy ears, get the understanding. Okay? And go get thee to them of the captivity. To the children of Israel, the real Israelites, the real Jews, will be in captivity today.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
Yep.
Right.
That's right, brothers.
Unto the children of thy people,
Yeah.
and speak unto them, and tell them, thus say YakalBA4GreatMillStone, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
Whether they hear or whether they will forbear. Whether you listen or not, we don't give a damn.
That's right.
Okay? We ain't coming out here with no goddamn gimmicks. Okay? We can't save it. We can't save our own self, man.
Right.
Okay? We looking to be saved, man.
Yep, that's right.
But we coming out here faithfully to the Spirit of YakalBA4GreatMillStone to let you know, to warn you, man. Okay? Because we don't want your blood upon our hands, man. Okay? Because that's why the Lord went into those parables of that talent. You know, the one that put their talent in the napkin. You know, the guys that don't go out there, you're not out there warning the people. Their blood is gonna be upon your hand, man. You know, and that's why we out here, man. You know, and Lord willing to the end, man. Because ultimately, it's all the Lord's in control of everything, man.
That's right.
Okay. Even us, like I said, us being out here is of the Lord, man. The Lord put the Spirit in us. He gives us the inspiration. Hell, just to go through this captivity. The inspiration comes through YakalBA4GreatMillStone. Because if it was on us, man, we'd have been through a long time ago, man. You know?
We're part of the rebuilding. It's called the third temple.
Third temple. Yep.
That's right. That's right.
Prophets helped out with that at the time of Ezra as well. I was trying to get there.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So everybody's doing the job with inspiration. YakalBA4GreatMillStone.
Everybody had a tool in their hand.
Everybody had a job.
Yep.
Get it. This is Ezra, chapter 5. Look at Ezra, chapter 5. So this Ezra is Ezra's.
Yeah.
First and second Ezra's.
Yep.
That's the same prophet. Yep. Okay. Then the prophets, Haggai, the prophet, and Zechariah, son of Edo, prophesied unto the Jews that were in Judah and Jerusalem in the name of God of Israel. YakalBA4GreatMillStone.
Yo, that's it.
You're trying to assault us now, bro.
That's why we got these cameras. That's why we got
What was
these
that?
cameras.
Go get on my elbow, man, or something.
Some that all that pickle right there.
Yeah, all right.
It's all good.
Pissed
Hey,
too.
what got it there?
It's like I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, see, remember that last time that motherfucker threw that beer bottle and it missed? That's the angels, man. You motherfuckers are losers, man.
Yeah, bro. Hey, that's beautiful. Hey,
You got the play number?
hey, that's the prophets of old. And
You
three or four
did
people
it,
over here.
nice.
And you missed all of them.
Losers, man. You hit my elbow.
Prophets of old had to deal with works, man. They was stones, man.
Nice.
That's Satan having
Prophesy the name of God with Yahweh Shem Israel, even unto them. Then rose up Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Joshua, the son of Jozadak, and began to build the house of God at Jerusalem with their word of prophets of God, opened them. And that's the same thing going on again today. The same thing. The prophets are back up in the building. It's a spiritual building. Yeah, spiritual building. In the name,
That's right, bro.
the God of Israel, Yahweh Shem.
That's right.
That's right, bro. That's why we pushing push those names to definitely start with Apostles L's on down, man. You know, because that's those names. That's why you have all this truth all about the four corners of the earth, man. Okay, and you got brothers that come in, since the apostles and elders put this truth on YouTube in 07 to this point now. His brothers all this thing went global, man. The spirit and power of Yahweh Shem, man. And that's why all these things are happening in this planet. That vibration is being pushed out in the earth. Okay? And Satan is mad right now.
Go by it.
Lord now pickle with their ass, man. You don't be in a pickle very soon.
Right.
What's Esau you don't need?
How you feel? No, he might. But it's all good over here. The Lord doesn't get it work, man. Nobody, man.
Bring that out, though, bro.
Motherfuckers throwing pickles and shit.
Take this pickle, you nigger.
Pick a nigga.
Hey, this is it right here. Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land,
This land right here, America, go ahead.
saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, 2 parts therein,
2/3, go ahead.
shall be cut off and die.
Right, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You rebellious ass, you want to throw pickle, motherfuckers. You part of those 2 parts. That's going to be cut off here and now, man. Oh, yeah. Okay? Go ahead.
But the third shall be left therein.
Which is that the small remnant. Okay? Which is consists of the 144,000 and the 1/3. Go ahead.
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
Third part through the fire, which is talking about once again that small remnant through the hell, the tribulation, and also through the fire, those missiles, man. And they get shot over here. Go ahead.
And will refine them as silver is refined.
That's how the Lord is refining his elect, through all that adversity, man, that tribulation, man. Okay, and that's why it's a necessary thing to catch hell, man. Lord purges us, He's refining us, man.
It's gold tried in the fire.
That's right.
Right. Offenses. Like getting pickles thrown at you and shit.
Yeah.
But offenses.
Right.
It ain't nothing but, it's an offense.
That comes with the territory,
Exactly.
man. You know what I'm saying? Because what the Lord said, the world hated me, it's gonna hate you.
Yeah, that's right.
You hated me
You
first.
see him in a little story.
Right,
That'd be funny.
Some of us want to die, so that ain't nothing.
Right. Yeah, they ain't shit compared to what's coming down the right.
Yep.
The way. Yep.
My blood should work out, man.
Get that aggression out of you, man.
Double leg kick now.
It says, I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined and will try them as gold is tried.
Yeah, the Lord's gonna try our faith, man. Even on a higher level that's coming, because like I said, when all this shit close up, you can't get food like you used to. That's when it's gonna be known who are the Lord's chosen at that time, man. Okay, and see that's why it's a beautiful thing to take the the tough road, you know?
Right.
Because if you're in a comfortable state, okay, where you settled on your leaves and shit, okay, so when this time comes, you're not gonna be able to make that decision to where, you know, you wanna
You come by correctly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep. That's why when that time comes, when the hour temptation, to see him, a lot of motherfuckers gonna fold, man. Because they used to being in that comfortable state, and they want to keep it that way.
Right.
Yep.
You know, because they're attached to these things. That's why the Lord told us not to love not this world, neither the things that are in this world. Man.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's going to be their form of salvation.
Yep.
Right? That Esau is going to be presenting to them.
Yeah.
You see, and that's the thing about coming into the truth and understanding what it really is, because we understand that for the children of Israel, the Israelites, there's a real salvation that's coming for us. Man.
Yep.
This is why it's that's why it's important for you to understand. All right, like King David said, when I came into the congregation of the Lord, then understood I therein.
Yep.
Because we understand prophecy, man. We understand that the Lord is coming back. There's the kingdom of heaven coming for us.
Yep.
So we're not going to lean upon this devil for no type of provision.
Right.
He's going to come in with that form of salvation and safety. All right, but we're not going to fall for it.
That's
We're
right.
going to speak about how there's 7,000 men not going to bow the knee to the image of Baal.
That's right.
That's what this new satanic system is pretty much all about.
Yeah, that's what they're
making
doing.
people bow down to the so-called white man and the satanic system, man.
Right. That's right. That's why it's very, very important to be rooted, you know, in this thing, you know, to have your foundation got to be rock solid, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when all these things start to, because that we're speaking about Yahushua made that parable about those that build their house on sand and those that build it upon that rock. You build it, which the rock is Yahushua.
Right.
You know, you don't have that rock as your foundation, and all this that storm, all that hell, tribulation come, that your house is gonna fall, man. Meaning you gonna fall, man.
Right.
You know.
Isaiah 3, it talks about our wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah.
Shall be the stability of that time.
Right.
This is what the Lord the Spirit is teaching us, wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures, man.
Right.
That's what's going to keep us literally stable
Right.
into that strong foundation.
Right, and that's what keeps that house stable. That's a solid foundation. You know, they say sturdy, firm. That's that rock, man. You just can't move it. You know, a house built on a rock, you just can't move that house like that, man. You know, because it has a solid foundation. So that's our faith, Lord willing, to the very end. You know. Go ahead.
Was I reading something slow?
You know Zechariah?
Oh, yeah. I'll go back.
Close it out on Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
Back in Zechariah 13 and 9 again, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined,
Right, do that verse, go ahead.
and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name.
Right, they shall call on my name. Okay? The true names is YakalBA4GreatMillStone, man. Okay? The elect, and the Lord's gonna hear them, man. He's gonna hear the elect, man. Go ahead.
Yep. And I will hear them.
Yep.
I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, the Lord YakalBA4GreatMillStone is my God.
Right, like it said in Psalm 91. Because he have known my name, I will deliver him. I will be with him in trouble. You know? So that's what's coming, because trouble is coming. Okay? It's not called Jacob's trouble for no reason. You know, but it said he shall be saved out of it. That small remnant, man.
That's right.
Okay? So Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Because we pretty much brother gonna read the scripture. It's gonna sum up everything that we're speaking about. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Yeah.
Fear the Most High and keep His commandments.
Right. Fear the Most High, YakalBA4GreatMillStone, and keep His commandments. Right.
For this is the whole duty of man.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
To fear the Lord and keeping His law, statutes, commandments. Okay. This is beneficial to your health, man.
That's right.
Okay, to your soul. by obeying the words of YakalBA4GreatMillStone, man. Yep.
Yeah, verse 14.
Yep.
For the heavenly Father shall bring every work into judgment.
Every work, everything out here that you're doing, the Lord's he's gonna bring it back to you. Okay, go ahead.
With every secret thing,
Yeah, everything will be revealed, whether good or evil.
That's right.
whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Right.
There it is.
Everything that's done in the dark will be brought to light. Okay? So that's pretty much it. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, no, when we go through this,
Yeah.
just close it out. Pull up. Just close it out. Face it.
We're just gonna face the east.
No.
No.
Close up, brother. Don't turn around. The dudes out here trying to throw some shit at us.
So yeah, this pretty much concludes camp, man. Lord willing, this is edifying to you sincere brothers, as well as you few sisters out there. Y'all stay strong.
Give all
You know,
praises to y'all.
for that, we're gonna give all glory and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Fucking kids throwing shit at us, man.
Pickles and shit.
Brothers don't